Hello?
Towards you is on.
We're good?
I don't hear anything.
Oh, because the flop mic was muted for a little bit.
He said you were going to give me a hoodie. That's what he told me. Wow. I don't hear anything on my headset.
The flop mic was off for a little bit out there, but you guys are live, so
We're
yeah.
live? Okay. Hello, everybody. Jared Jaffe back here on the
Maybe extra large.
Hard Rock
I don't know.
Poker Night in America Twitch stream. They let me back in the booth.
I don't hear anything on my headphones.
The flop
And
mic was dead for a little bit, so.
No, but I don't hear him either.
and today I will be joined in the booth, replacing my partner Chino Ream with his twin brother, Alan Kessler. But his headphones aren't working properly right now, obviously. So he'll be with us shortly.
Your headphone volume is right here.
He looks very handsome.
Oh, here I am.
There he
Okay.
is.
Wow.
He looks very handsome with his headset on. And let's see who we got here.
I actually played with 3 or 4 of these players during this tournament.
I played with none of these players. But we have Chino, which is fantastic. Jerry Wong, just made the November 9. Tom Marchese, one of the best in the business.
Matt Affleck, who won
Matt
the
Affleck.
Coconut Creek last year in the summer.
And a couple other people who we will become familiar with, who I do not know at this time. But I have a sheet with their names on it, so we're going to get to know them. And I'm skipping a day of watching football to do this because I just want to be with Alan. So let's see. It looks like, who is that? David Poses, if I'm pronouncing his name right. One's the first pot since we've been on the air.
Oh, we
And
have all the Twitch people typing stuff
hey,
in.
Twitch, what's going on? Any questions that you have for Alan Kessler, he will answer. He just said he did real well in the slot machines
Today.
He's very excited. He said he's going to buy me something nice when we get back to Vegas, which is exciting. So I just busted the main event. Alan, how about you?
I just busted.
Alan just busted also.
Ace Queen versus Jacks on a 10 Jack flop.
Unbelievable.
Stupid.
Guy can't catch a break.
Matt Affleck came to my table yesterday at the end of the day, and he just basically won every pot he played as soon as he sat down.
Alan, what do you think about this man's neckwear that we just saw? Are you a big fan of the scarf when playing poker?
He was at my table this morning, and he opened with 10-5 offsuit,
10-5 off.
and somebody called him down with Ace-5 on a 5-6-10 board. And he proudly turns over 10-5 offsuit.
You would never play 10-5 offsuit, would you? When's the last time you played 10-5 offsuit?
Probably.
When you were in the big blind and everybody just called?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I figure.
Tom Marchese was on my right the entire day yesterday.
How do you play, Alan?
He played very well.
He's a
But
good player.
every time I 3-bet him, he would fold because he doesn't want to get. He knows that I have it.
So we got Mr. Borenstein with Jack 10.
This is Jeff Gross's father.
Is that accurate, Alan?
No, I don't know who
No,
he is.
of course not. We love Jeff Gross, though. I'm living in his apartment, as I mentioned the other day. And it looks like Tom is limping, if I'm not mistaken. And Jerry's also going to.
Yeah, it's a 1 in 2,000
Gonna limp.
with a 300 ante right now.
We have 4 to the flop. Action flop, except nobody has anything. Marchese with bottom pair. As you can see, the graphic next to Matt Affleck is not really Matt Affleck. I was getting me confused. That is not what he looks like.
Yeah, but all the pictures are the same except for Tom Marchese.
Yeah, of course, Tom Marchese. They wouldn't get his picture wrong. He's a hero, a legend of the game.
Affleck has the best hand now with the gut shot and pair.
And a pair, yeah.
But he's never folding now because
We don't know what Gross has.
action what? Kind of a wimpy playing hand here. Nobody made any stab at the pot.
You would have stabbed Alan?
No, I would have called with the queen, though, if anybody bet.
There you go. Can't bluff Alan Kessler. So, Alan, what's next on the schedule for you?
I'm going to
Poker-wise.
Cherokee. Basically, there's like an entire group that chartered a plane on Allegiant Airlines from here on Tuesday.
Wow.
There's like maybe 20 or 30 people flying on the same flight.
Will you be going to PCA this year, Alan? I know you love the water slides.
No, I actually like PCA because everything's free for me there.
Of course. Where's the last stop that you've gone to where you've had to pay for something?
Commerce.
Commerce? Savage won't take care of you?
No.
Unbelievable. I'm going to
That's about
talk
the
to
only-
him.
That's about the only place I go where it costs any money.
I'm going to talk to Savage about that. It's a disgrace. A man of your stature should not be forced to pay for anything. So we have an ace-queen hand here. Looks like we got a raise.
Marchese looks pained to be here. Look at him.
Yeah, I mean, he has to win first place just for, just to feel it. And then we've got an all-in for about 10 bigs.
This is my same scenario. I went
Tens.
Out, I went out with ace queen against jacks. Let's see what happens.
I went out with 10s, but I was dominated. 17,000 to call. I would assume that we're going to get that call from Mr. Gross here. And there it is. We're going to have a race, guys. Very exciting. Alan's on the edge of his seat. Board is clean so far for the 10s. Oh, there it is.
See, why couldn't my board run out? this way?
Unbelievable. He just gets it all. The turn, the river. And Mr. Gross is going to win the pot.
How could he have been all in? He's got quite a few chips there. He was the all in, or the other
No,
person
no,
was
no.
all in?
No. He was calling the all in.
So we lost somebody then.
We lost somebody. We're gonna find a new lucky victim to be analyzed by myself and Alan. Not a lot of analysis yet because we haven't really seen any hands.
I asked Tom Marchese if he really told Gordon Vayo to play the way he did at the final table, and he said definitely not.
Really?
Yes, he said he's been asked
Wow.
that a lot. And I said, well, why
Do you
didn't
believe him, or do you think he just
But-
wants to keep his name
I don't know, but I
intact?
said to him, why didn't you take him aside after like the first hour or the second hour or the third hour and say, change it up a little bit?
Right. And what was his response?
He said it was hard to change him at that point. He was like, he had his own game plan set up,
Interesting.
but he never bet a flop. It was a really weird
No, I
strategy.
saw
he
it.
had. It was bizarre. But he said he's been asked that countless number of times.
He'll probably get asked a few more times, is my guess. Chino just took down the blinds and Annie's there with his sixes. Chino's had some recent success here at the Hard Rock.
I did not like Jerry Wong's main event bust out.
You didn't?
No. What did he? Didn't he like overcall like a raise and a 3-bet and a 4-bet with 2 jacks or something?
I honestly don't remember. I didn't watch the very beginning of it. But I'm sure that if you didn't like it, Jerry made a mistake.
Well, it wasn't a mistake, but it's just I think he could have found a better spot. It was like the only hand where there was like a raise and a 3-bet, and it was up to him with pair of jacks in the big blind. He could have just waited for a better spot.
You would have folded.
I might have, because people were playing so timid at that point,
Right.
trying to move up that one spot,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the first time there was a 3-bet at the table, and he's got 2 jacks. Like he's either racing or way behind. Is that a Trump shirt?
Can't tell. It does look like Chino opened this pot and with 10-7 suited and was raised by Affleck's ace deuce suited, and Chino's going to give it up. Nice little 3-bet there by Matt. It's tough to 3-bet Chino because Chino doesn't often fold to 3-bets. So, usually you want to have it when you're 3-betting.
Yeah, and Affleck didn't have that many chips behind either.
Yeah, that's an interesting play. Probably works because he doesn't have that many chips behind because Chino figures he's not going to be 3-betting them light too often there, knowing his table image.
When I 3-bet, it's like, how fast can everybody fold?
Why do you think that is, Alan? You have any idea?
They think I might have kings, I guess.
Minimum. You ever think about maybe changing up your game and just becoming maybe the most aggressive player on the tour?
People have talked to me about that.
What are your thoughts?
Chance Corneth wants to take me on as a prodigy.
I think you should do it.
He's got a new coaching thing he's working on.
Yeah, I saw it. So we have an open with Queen 10 by Chino, and then an all-in with Ace King by Mr. Estapon, and it's going to get through.
Yeah, he's the 10-5 guy from before.
And Chino is just, opening and folding, opening and folding. I know what that feels like. I want to thank all the people out there in Twitch land for listening to us. I know you're mostly listening to Alan, but I'm along for the ride.
Well, I could pull up the Twitch chat right on my phone. It'd be easier to see it.
So Bornstein raises. He's got 2 5s. Alan, would you open 2 5s there?
Where's
in the hijack? He's in the hijack.
Especially with my image.
And we get a call out of the big
I've
blind from
noticed
Jerry.
that the people are defending the big blind way more often than they used to. That must be like the newest trend in poker.
Oh, how would you combat that, Alan? What do you think you should be doing in that spot?
Well, even though they're defending, it seems like when they miss, if you just make the continuation bet, they fold a lot. So, but that seems to be the trend right now.
You ever think about maybe increasing the size of your open?
Yeah, I've seen people do that also.
Yeah.
Like, I've noticed nobody does the exact 2x anymore. It's like 2.5, 2.3, whatever.
Yeah. It's that learning curve.
Yeah.
I used to be a big fan of just the min open, but no
Yeah.
more. Nobody folds. Nobody folds to me
You're
anyway.
giving the big blind such a nice price, too.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Somebody wants to see you, Unto wants to see you get back to HPT and Agua Caliente. Is there a chance of them seeing you over there?
Oh, they only ran 2 tournaments there, and they don't even do tournaments there anymore. I tried to get MSPT also to go there, but I don't think they're. Actually, my favorite California place is Thunder Valley.
Okay.
That's like the nuts.
For anybody who's just joining us, this is just the feature table of day 2 of the Hard Rock and Roll main event, $3,500 buy-in, and we're not even close to really in the money yet. So this is just a random table full of a couple faces you might recognize that we're gonna see some whole cards and do some analysis on. Chino raised to 5,000 with 10s and got called by Bornstein 7s here.
That's a really good flop. He's got the flush draw and the best pair.
I think
that is a trump shirt.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance that Bornstein calls here just because, it's Chino, and he's gonna see bet a lot, and he does call, and the 3's not gonna change much. Interesting to see how Chino decides to proceed here. He's gonna bet. He's gonna bet 7,500. You don't think so? You think he's gonna give up?
Yeah. It's like 20% of his chips that he has.
I'm not so sure. I think there's a chance that he calls here. I think there's a very good chance that he calls here. Alan's right as usual.
He's going to show the 10 of diamonds. No, he doesn't show it.
He was just making sure he had the 10 of diamonds. He probably didn't look. I'm not sure exactly how many players are left. I feel like maybe around 200 players or so.
Yeah, when I busted, it was in the low 200s.
Yeah, and I think top 70 something will be getting paid. So we got a while to go. Tell you what, guys, Chino's got a great Chino's got an interesting reputation in the poker world, but Chino is a good player. He's interesting to watch for sure. So
He reads situations really,
Yeah.
really well after the flop.
he's won a lot of money in this game, and he's one of the. I think if you're just watching a poker tournament, he's one of the better people to have at a feature table if you just want to see some entertaining hands and some creative play. So I think you're going to enjoy it. What do you think, Alan? Are the Jets going to beat the Patriots today? My Jets?
No, I like the Patriots.
Alan likes the Patriots. You bet big money on them?
No, I don't bet.
Of course not.
What did you think about, like 2 weeks ago, Seattle and New England, and they're up by 7, and they went for a 2-point conversion?
I personally was not a fan of that decision.
I've heard arguments both directions on that from a lot of people.
I think it's the wrong decision. I'm sure we can get you in the think tank to figure out the exact math of it.
Yeah, there's like Matt Affleck was discussing that yesterday at our table.
And what was his thoughts?
He said it's like a no-brainer. You have to go for 2 because if you get it, you're.
It's clearly not a no-brainer since no one's ever done it in that spot before.
Yeah.
So I think calling it a no-brainer is.
I think because that they miss the extra point a lot more often now that it adds to it a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair, but I still kick the extra point in that spot.
I guess we're not getting another player here. What's going on with that?
I'm willing to bet we're going to get one eventually. I'd like to see some interesting hands. I want to hear how Alan would play some interesting hands. I want to get into that big brain of yours. So Marchese's pretty short, it looks like.
He's got about 80,000.
80,000. I keep confusing. I misclicked earlier. I keep confusing these 5K yellow chips.
Yeah, we had somebody yesterday bet.
Yeah, I misclicked earlier.
They bet 13,000 instead of betting 2,300 because the.
Yeah, I bet I opened to 20,000 instead
Well,
of
that's interesting.
4,000.
Someone just flat called with Ace King.
Okay. And wow, that's going to work out.
Yeah, it's going to work out.
It's going to work out. So Tom opens the King 10, comes King high, just a flat out of Mr. Posey's here with Ace King, and Tom checks.
Yeah, I mean there's no way he can fold here. He's
No,
going to see at least 10,000.
10,000 bet into 14,000, I believe, here by Posey's. Tom's just going to call. And then
and
the
he's
deuce
got
of
the nuts
spades,
draw.
which,
That might save
not a
Tom some
great
money.
card for Tom's hand, and now Posey's just is loving life. He's gonna check.
Make sure he has the spade.
Let's make sure he has the spade. The good news is he's wearing those thick sunglasses, so no one's gonna be able to read his eyes here. Alan, you ever wear sunglasses at the table?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what a disaster
Wow.
card for Marchese here.
Yeah. Interesting. The Posey's checked the turn there. Would you have checked the turn there, Alan?
No, I'm not going to give somebody a free card.
No, especially when you pick up the no flush draw. So
Yeah, what if he's got something like King 10?
I think Tom's going to lead
it.
out here. He's only going to bet 10,000, which I think is a good bet.
Whoa, he looks like he's about to fold. He never called.
No, he must have said call. Yeah, he wasn't folding there. Even you wouldn't fold there.
No, but I think I would put in a little bit of a raise there, the way the hand was played. I mean,
Yeah, it's actually a really good bet by Tom to
he only loses
to lose
to
the
a flush.
minimum. So maybe Mr. Posey's here, even though we're not familiar with him, is familiar with Tom and is a little reluctant to play a big pot with him there.
Yeah, I think he could have won a lot more money on that.
But yeah, I think he definitely won the minimum. And Tom is basically free rolling the tournament now.
Yeah, I mean, he probably saved about 25,000 chips.
Yeah, he'd at the very least have lost half of what he's got in front of him if Posey's played that a little differently, especially if he bets the turn there. So
Yeah, this guy was doing this a lot on my other table.
the scarf gentleman, that's a really aggressive scarf. He opens under the gun with ace four to 4,500, and Jerry Wong
He might just flat here because this guy
wakes up with aces.
he wants to get some value. He might just.
He's
flat,
not
no?
just flatting. He's going to make it 10,000, which is
But
which
the
is
guy's
small.
Not getting any action.
And
Watch how fast he folds here.
how fast do you think it's going to be? Over under 3 seconds.
Under.
Under 3 seconds. I'll take the over.
King 3
This Borenstein, man.
for 10,000.
Oh, no, this is gross, and he's got tens, and he's going to call the 10,000.
Yeah, it was under 3 seconds.
Yeah. Well, but there was a variable there. There was another call. So we've got tens and aces. Jerry Wong with a couple of aces, and that's not a good flop for his hand. He's not gonna get much action, I don't think, after he flops top set against tens there.
Had he flatted, he might have gotten some action from the other guy.
Maybe. I once roomed with Jerry Wong at the Atlantis in the PCA. I wasn't happy with our initial accommodations, so I made him upgrade us because I'm very prissy like that. So it's on. It's on Mr. Gross. It looks like he's going to call 5,400 on the flop was the bet by Wong. 5,500, and Gross is not folding. He's looking back to see if maybe he has a set of nines and not pocket tens. He
At least
does
he's
not.
got some more outs now with the jack.
Yeah. Let's see what Jerry decides to do here on the turn. I think that he is going to make. I think he's going to bet around 19,000, 20,000. What do you think, Alan?
I'd say a little bit lower, 15 or 16.
A little lower. Looks
on
like
the high side.
23,000. So I was closer. I would be shocked if he gets any action here. But it looks like Mr. Gross is counting out chips. It looks like he's counting out raising chips, which would not be a good idea.
Sometimes when you bet big like that, it makes the person think you're trying to buy the pot. So maybe that's.
It also gives them more incentive to bluff. There's more chips in there to steal.
Yeah. This could be a huge misstep here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's going to get Jerry to lay this down. He does have those blockers to the Jack 10, though, Mr. Gross. You think he's thinking about blockers here?
Not when it was 3-bet pre-flop.
He's not thinking about the blockers, no. Jerry looks calm, cool, and collected. I wonder why. Just final table to main, and he has top set of aces. And this gentleman, now he looks pained. It looks like he's a little theatrical here. After this reaction, they often fold. Would you agree with that, Alan?
Yeah, but see, the problem is now, even if he does call, he's going to be in a bad spot on the river because he's already indicated he's got such a weak hand.
Yeah, he's folding. Once he gives that off, I'll tell you what. It would be nice if he put his head down on the felt like that and then just shoved. It would work a lot of the time if somebody doesn't have top set. And Jerry Wong stacking chips like he's been doing for the past year. I think he got a lot better after spending a week with me. Learned a lot about the game.
He made a really good bluff against that Benger guy. When Benger had like top pair kings or something, and Wong made him put him to a test, and that was like one of the key hands that got him to the final table.
Yeah, Jerry's a good player. Let me just say, Alan, that there's no one I'd rather be spending this time with than you. It's okay. Don't pay me a compliment back.
No, I'm going to see if anybody sent anything on Twitter.
I love how active you are on social media. So it looks like Chino has ace queen here, and he's going to raise to 5,000.
It was my death hand.
And Mr. Gross is active. Mr. Gross is not going anywhere. He's going to put in the call. And he's going to put in the call with 2 cards that we cannot identify at the present time. And Chino completely airballs that flop. What do you think, Alan? Is he going to see bet here? No. Check behind. Third diamond comes. Some straight draws.
He's going to check for the diamond.
He checks. And Chino checks
gets to see a
behind.
free river card. And there's the ace.
And there's an interesting card because now we got a 4 flush on the board, but Chino pairs his ace. So let's see what happens here.
This is the Jack Link's beef jerky hand.
That is. What do you think he has, Alan? He's just checking here. So
I think he's got 2 suited connectors of some kind.
I think he has dust.
We're never going to see it.
Well, the ace is good, so he could not beat the ace.
I think if he bets the turn there, he probably wins.
I would assume so. I don't think Chino's calling it turn bet. Glasses come off now for Mr. Gross, who's had a rough couple of hands.
He's still in a lot of pain.
Yeah, he's had a rough couple hands. Glasses are off, head in hands. That's usually the reaction from Alan after he's gone all in.
That's usually when I bust with kings.
Yeah. You know, before I ever knew you, Alan, we played a hand of Borgata together. We were like a couple hands from the money. It was some random Borgata tournament. Before anybody knew who I was, I had no idea who you were. And I think we were 2 from the money.
Did I bust with kings?
And you opened, and I shoved, and I had ace queen, and you were devastated that I shoved. I had you covered by a little bit, and you made a speech about how you know what's going to happen. You're going to call. Why did I do this? Why did I shove? You're going to call, and you're going to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
And you had 2 kings.
And it lost, right?
And you lost.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time.
And you were disgusted. And I have not won a hand since. That was like 2008.
That's happened to me so many times that it's like beyond counting already.
Yeah, it's true. You're cursed.
I was in Reno, and
you're lucky in love, and that's all that matters.
There's a guy with not that many chips more than me, and there's an open, and he decides to 3-bet from the small blind with queen 7 off or queen 5 off.
The blinds are 1-2, by the way.
Some ridiculous hand like queen 5 or queen 7 off, and I pick up 2 aces in the big blind, and I go all in. And he said, "Well, I'm priced in now," and he calls, and of course I busted.
Unbelievable.
But these things happen only to me.
Oh. You're still handsome. So we've got small blind versus big blind. It was limped 10-7 and king 3 of hearts from Marchese, and a stop on our scarf gentleman has flop top pair. Tom with backdoor straight and flush draws.
It's hard to outplay Marchese, and he's got position on you.
Right, but he has top pair.
It's probably just going to fold.
Yeah. 5,000 will get the job done. Tom's over it. He's going to go back to drinking his coffee and texting his friends.
I had an amazingly good run of dealers yesterday. Like, no mistakes, all really high-notch quality.
Yeah, I would agree. All the dealers here have been great. They usually are. Hard Rock has good dealers.
Yeah, I think it's like a traveling crew, most of them. But
good dealers, great masseuses, fabulous floor people, terrific players.
The only main
It's a hell
complaint
of
I
a
heard
property.
was the 5K chips being yellow. People did not like
Yeah,
them.
I didn't have a complaint about it until today when I was just lost my mind and just gave Matt Berkey 20,000 chips, which is what he needed because he hasn't won enough money lately. He's sitting on like 500,000 chips already in this tournament. So what do we got here? Looks like nothing.
Nobody wants to mess with Chino.
Chino opened and he got through. I have no idea what he had because they won't show us. All they keep showing us is this Estapon's face. He's literally everyone except Marchese. And it's starting to tell me. He's not a bad-looking guy, but I'd much rather see your face all over the place.
I think that's the test graphic, actually.
Is that what it is? What are we testing exactly at this point?
Who's Lockett for? Is he a Seattle player?
Yeah, he's a wide receiver. Tyler Lockett.
Matt told me he moved permanently to Brigantine.
Really?
Yeah.
To play online, I would assume?
I don't know. I think it's something to do with a girlfriend or something.
Oh. Matt's always been a bit of a ladies' man. This graphic is killing me.
Yeah, that's the...
It's killing me. Everybody folding. Half of them had hands that I would have 3 and 4 bet with.
Wow, Marchese folded his button.
10-4 off, not exactly the strongest holdings, and his stack is not a lead at this time. And we got... Oh, no, he didn't fold. He flatted the button with 10-4 off. And then... Jerry called the small with 10-5, and then Posey's checked his option. What do you think about that, Alan? You like limping the button with 10-4 there?
I don't think he did. I don't think he did limp. I remember seeing him toss his cards in. Maybe he did.
I thought I did too.
Yeah,
The graphic's wrong. Tom wouldn't limp 10-4 on the button like that.
That would have been a really good flop for 10-4 suited.
It would have been bad.
Yeah, he
Pair and
flopped a
flush
flush draw on a pair.
Yeah. These graphics are killing us. Come on, people.
It's interesting that Affleck is playing completely different today when he's short stacked. Yesterday, when he had a lot of chips, he was just involved in every pot, raising, trying to bully the table. Today is a completely different style.
You think it's because of the players at this table, or you think it's because
it's also he lost? He had close to 200,000 when we bagged last night.
Oh, really?
So he must have lost to Chino, it looks like.
Just in case you're wondering, Jerry Wong is not a white man, as it shows on the graphic.
Another walk for Chino.
Yeah, I mean, people know that he's not going to fold. So
he's going to defend.
He's going to defend. So if they have dust, they're just going to toss it into the muck.
Oh, we got a new player in. Who is that?
I think that's Jesse Cohen.
It looks like him.
He shaved that big beard of his that he had going for a while.
Yeah. He did something deep in something recently. What was that?
I don't remember.
I remember seeing his name deep in something.
He definitely did go deep in something recently.
Yeah.
We're talking about a poker tournament, folks. I feel like somebody's had ace-4 off a lot in this short time we've been broadcasting. Young Vin says it was a Borgata event one that Jesse went deep in, so I'm going to take his word for it.
Oh, I remember seeing him on the. He was deep in the World Series main.
Yeah, he also went deep in that. That I know. So Chino, it's blind versus blind again. It looks like. No idea what anyone has because the graphics are not up.
No, Gross is in middle position.
He just limped?
Gross is the older guy with the white hair.
Is he? So Chino leads out with who knows what on the Queen 6. He bets 4,000. Affleck's calling with, I believe, a flush draw. No, not a flush draw. I'm sorry, the graphic keeps going off.
He's just floating
He's
with king
floating
high.
with king high, which, can be good.
Why doesn't Chino have cards anymore on the graphic?
I mean, everything's wrong on the graphic. Chino's going to bet the turn here, 7,500. I wish I knew what the turn was. There weren't going to be too many cards that were going to help Matt here on this turn. But I have no idea if he got one of the ones that would. I think there's a good chance this bet's going to work.
I think he was just calling to see if Chino would bet again.
Well, odds are Chino's going to bet again because that's what Chino does. Chino bets again. And there it is.
So we'll never know
Chino wins.
what he had.
We don't know what the turn was, and we don't know what Chino had, but Chino wins the pot. The rich get richer. In case you were wondering, I am not Rep Porter, and this is not Frank Casella. This is Jared Jaffe and Alan Kessler commentating.
Who won in the ladies' night yesterday? Do you have any idea?
Yeah. I think Sam Abernathy won. I think Jamie Kerstetter won. And I think Kate Hall won.
The little time I watched, Sam was the most aggressive.
I think those were the three winners in the game. I didn't see any of it because I was playing, but I'm sure those ladies put on a hell of a show.
They want to do a ladies' night with me sitting in the 4-seat.
What's Cohen's first name?
Who?
Cohen's first
It would be 3 ladies on each side, and I'm in the 4-seat. Do you like that idea?
I would love that idea. I think everyone would love that idea.
Except I don't play no limit cash.
Why is that, Alan?
I don't know. I just never got into it.
How is that possible? You play no limit tournaments nonstop every day of your life. Why can't you play no limit cash?
I might try it.
I mean,
Somebody offered to back me in the in that game. Three ladies on each side, and I'm in the middle.
would you be embarrassed to be the least aggressive person at a table full of women?
I would just try to wait it out and try and get something good, I guess. I don't
Wait
know.
for the aces, huh?
Yeah.
You're not going to win with them. What do you? See, you always lose with these big hands.
Yeah, I
why
do
don't
definitely.
Why don't you start playing some other hands?
Actually,
maybe you'll start winning these hands.
Yesterday, I don't think I just won my chips gradually, chipping up with crazy hands. So
See, it's those crazy hands that make you the chips, Alan.
there's a guy that makes shirts that say "Keep calm" and those kind of weird
Right,
shirts.
sure.
So I sent him a message. Keep calm and wait for aces. Make that shirt, and he made it. He said he's.
Are you going to get any royalties?
I don't know, but it's a really nice. It's a really good idea because it's poker shirts. Like there's like keep calm and I forget what the other ones were, but wait for aces is obviously the best one for that.
With a big picture of your face on it?
No, it's just that same graphic that all the keep calm shirts.
But I think if we put your face on there, it would be a better shirt.
maybe.
It would sell. I think it would sell more than anyone would have any clue. I really wish I was still in this tournament, though, Alan. How about you?
Yeah, I kind of played bad today. Well, not played bad, but I raised somebody. I 3-bet somebody with ace queen, and the flop came 10 jack, so I have to continuation bet on that. And they flopped a set of jacks. So it's like really bad.
They always do it against you.
Yeah. It's like,
At least this time they had a respectable hand that they were playing against you.
yeah.
You know what I
The
mean?
guy had opened like 3 other pots, so I just been at the table for a few minutes. Oh, look at Cohen's picture.
Yeah, who is Cohen right now? That's not a stop on. I don't know who that is. That's an old picture.
That's a different Cohen, probably.
Okay. So he makes it 4,500 with deuce 4 clubs, and I love that because I love playing deuce 4. I won a WPT with deuce 4 of hearts. I beat aces. See, aces lose, Alan.
Someone just folded queen jack.
Really, but someone did not fold 3-4. Mr. Gross.
Here's their queen jack for you.
And there's, bottom pair, middle pair.
I
with
think the
these
small
dusty
blind
hands.
folded the queen jack.
Yeah,
It went
I
by
think
so
so.
fast.
Where Marchese doesn't even have a graphic up. Here. This is killing me.
Maybe that's Marchese that has the deuce 4 of clubs.
Maybe. So 3,000 bet? Is that what that was? It must be Marchese.
He's actually a 97% favorite with 3-4 offsuit.
I think he knows that.
Wow, Marchese's putting most of his stack in right now. He's only got about 5 yellow chips behind.
Yeah. I mean, this is supposed to work.
The name that says Cohen is probably Marchese's hand.
Yeah. Yeah, he bet 8,200. And this should work a lot of the time against most players, but Mr. Gross is a little sticky here. We've seen that. And it's not going to work. He's
Wow,
going to
he's
call.
going to be in a bad spot here.
He's going to call.
The pot is about what he has left behind, so he's either got to make like a pot-sized bet, or
I think it's all in or not or nothing here for Tom. 10 of hearts comes,
that's
so
a
the
really
flush draw
good card
completes.
to bluff at.
Yeah. I think he's going to send it here. I'd be surprised if he didn't. If he shoves, you think that he's going to get a call here, Alan?
No, definitely not. That's
Definitely not.
It completes a lot of hands there.
It does. Yeah, looks like Tom's getting ready to put them all in the middle, and he does. Tom's an elite poker mind.
That's a really good card for him to bluff at.
Yeah, so he's not gonna.
I mean, what can you call? You can't call with a pair of threes, pair of deuces, pair of threes. And look at his face. You don't get any tell at anything from him.
No. But what he does get is the pot. So Tom plays that well. Tom gets a good river card to fire his third bullet on. And he's gonna increase his below average chip stack. Alan, I always see you posting about taking people to free dinners with your comps and whatnot. You're like the Robin Hood of poker. You're the new Robin Hood. You're a real gentleman.
Posted one time in Vegas. I posted to anybody that wanted to come to the M Casino.
Right, I've seen that. I've seen that a couple
I've done
times.
that many times.
Yeah.
Anyway, one time 9 people showed up.
9 people. Did you know all of them?
I knew most of them.
Most of them.
And we got everything comped. But 9 people.
I'm going to come one of these times, Alan. I'm just a little afraid. I'm scared of going to a dinner like that. Who might show up?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you know Matt Vengren. He lives right by the M. He's come a few times.
Right. People who want to have dinner with you scare me.
Oh, this guy David Funkhauser. He's like a local Vegas player.
Right.
He showed up a few times.
Funkhauser.
Yeah. If you saw his picture, you'd recognize him.
No, Chino did not bust. I think he's just away from the table.
But last night I was at the I went to that bowl place, BOL.
Yeah, how was that?
It was pretty good. And I go in there, and there's the one waitress knows exactly what I order.
You're a picky eater, aren't you, Alan?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I say I only want her, and she doesn't even ask me what I want. She just brings me the order, because I always order the exact same.
You
thing.
basically order the same thing everywhere you go, right? You have one dish at every place you go to?
I order plain steamed chicken with rice.
You're a beacon of health.
Yeah. So they give me that, and I posted that anybody that shows up in the next 20 minutes gets a free dinner at Bowl, and a few people commented too late. Like Darren Rabinowitz wanted to go, and he was too late.
Shocking that Darren Rabinowitz was looking for a free meal. So we got a hand here. We got King 8 and Queen 8, both suited. And the Queen made a pair. The King did not. I believe King High called. No. King High tried to bluff, and it did not work. These graphics are...
Yeah, but Chino had like a weird look on his face, like he did call with the King 8.
No, King 8 bet. Queen 8 called.
Okay.
King 8 was betting King High, and he got called by Queen 8, which made a pair. Seems like we're getting a decent amount of people out here on the Twitch stream. People are watching poker today on a Sunday when competing with football. You believe that? I would not personally.
What's it say there?
Which one?
Chainsaw is the new Dingo and the baby. Great pair.
You and me with Dingo and the baby. I don't know who's who.
Isn't that from Seinfeld?
I don't know. I don't remember it. I feel like you could have been a character on Seinfeld, Alan.
People say that I could have been a character on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Well, it's basically the same thing. You could have been a character on a lot of things. Maybe we're going to get Salzburg to write a show to put you in it. That might be the next, could be the next big thing.
See, that's a pretty big raise for him. He made it 5,600. Are we still on the same blinds, or the blinds are up? Oh, it's 400 ante now, so it must be 1224.
Yeah. Must have just gone up.
I've noticed on 1224, most people open to around 6,000.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't.
What's your open on that? 56?
55 probably. A lot of times I'll just make it 5. It'll depend. It's going to depend. It's stack dependent, obviously.
I'm not
making it bigger than 55.
I never make a bet that's an even chip, because then I have to announce it. So I would make it like 5,100 in that case.
Right. Well, you could just throw in like 5 1K chips.
Yeah, but if I'm throwing in, like if it's 2 and 400, I want to make it 1,000. I would always make it 1,025, just because I don't like to announce the bet.
Well, we all want to hear your voice. It's like an angel.
He hasn't entered a pot.
He's about to.
And he decides to enter it with ace-3.
I mean, he hasn't played a pot in a while. So people are probably going to give him a little bit more respect. Mr. Gross, it looks like, has king-queen suited. He's not going anywhere.
I would like a 3-bet with the king-queen suited there. But
really?
Yeah.
It's a pretty good hand to flat with.
Yeah.
So he flops top pair with the king-queen. Ace-3 has nothing. A backdoor wheel draw. And he's going to check.
Check fold. He's going to overbet the pot.
11,000 on the flop from Mr. Gross. I think Mr. Gross just wanted to win a pot.
But you could see that look on his face, on Bornstein's face, that dejected look, like I give up.
Yeah.
That's a really bad trade if you're going to do that, because you could just tell he completely gave up on that flop. So I mean, even if this Gross guy had some weird other ridiculous hand like ace-5 or something, he could have just bet there and won the pot.
Yeah. Very perceptive.
What kind of results this Bornstein guy has?
Look up his Hendon Mob, Alan. You're the stat guy around here. The chip values, yes. The 5Ks are yellow. The orange are 1K. The purple are 500, and the black is 100. They changed that up. They used to have like a grayish 5K before this, and so we're not used to those yellow 5Ks. It's caused a little bit of confusion among people like me. Chino's having some chicken fingers and raising. I like that. He's got king 10, and I like raising when I'm having chicken fingers. It's intimidating.
I'm not sure if that's the same guy. Doesn't look like him.
No, it's Chino.
No, I'm saying on the send him up.
Chino's got a distinctive look.
That doesn't look like the John Bornstein.
No, that's a different John Bornstein.
Yeah.
And Tom Marchese has woken up with queens in the small blind, and he raises, and Chino gives it up real fast. Tom with a little wry smile there.
Tom was down to nothing, and he was all in for like his last 20,000. Now he's back to a reasonable amount.
Well, he won that pot.
Yeah.
They put a decent amount of chips in that pot in the flop and the turn.
Looks like he's got about 70,000 now. But he staged the betting perfectly to get the all in to the right amount that he was not going to get called.
Yeah, no. Tom is a man who knows what he's doing at the table. He's gonna.
I think he's in the top 10 money earned lifetime already at his young age. So.
Makes sense. He's been winning for a long time. One of the first big final tables I ever made, he was at over at the Win in like 2010.
Definitely is a different John Bornstein.
Yes, I can confirm that.
See, with this many chips, I think he's going to open a lot more buttons. So we'll see what he has this time. He picked my bet, 6,000.
Man after your own heart.
Oh, he's got a reasonable hand. Jack 10 suited and a pair of...
Jack 10 suited, and Marchese is on the button here.
Wow, that's a tight fold from Jerry Wong. With
Folds
a
deuces.
pair, yeah.
Mr. Posius is going nowhere out of the big blind with his king 4 clubs. And that's a tough flop for Tom because...
Yeah, he's got him out-carded and out flushed.
Tom's going to bet 5,000 on the flop, and he's going to be rooting for a club, but he's not going to want to see one.
Actually, he's going to win the pot if no club comes out.
How about now?
That's
So the club with the board pairs, but I don't think it's going to matter in this spot too often.
And Jerry Wong just made a great laydown with the pocket deuces. Just
And
avoids
Posius leads. What do you think about that, Alan? He leads out on the flop there, on the turn there after.
Yeah,
after,
I didn't like the way he played the
check
other
call.
hand, but I mean, this hand, I don't mind.
I mean, it's going to work out. It's going to work out because Tom happens to have made a smaller flush on the turn here. So he bets 10,000.
Yeah, and Marchese has to think he's good here.
I think he's probably just calling though, as played.
Yeah, he's only got 65 behind.
I think he's going to call. What do you think, Alan?
Yeah, I mean, there's no point in raising. What's going to call a raise here?
Exactly.
He might go all in, but that's about it. Yeah, he is going all in.
Wow.
Close to all in. He's made it, what, 25,000?
No, I think he announced all in.
Yeah, that's what I said. He might go all in.
And he's not going to be happy. This is similar to how he busted the main event.
Yeah, he's drawing dead.
Yeah, this is. He busted the queen win when he got flush over flushed in the spot.
Actually, if the queen of clubs comes in the river, then he would chop because it would be a foul deck.
That's true. That's a tough break for Tom, but he's going to be okay. He's going to live to tell the story.
Yeah, I mean,
he's still rich. Not as rich as you, Alan, but rich.
It's a tough way to go out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to think his hand is good there, the way the hand was played.
What's a worse feeling than hitting your gin card and just thinking about how to get all the chips in the middle, and then you get them all in the middle and you're just drawing dead?
Yeah.
Doesn't feel good.
At least you have some outs usually, but in that scenario, it's nothing.
0. Stone 0. But it's okay. I do not have a piece of Chino in this. I wish I did. He's a good player. I take Chino against the field. One tough player's out of the building right now.
Yeah, Chino's probably the best player at this table right now.
I don't really know. I only know 3 of the players at this table right now.
Yeah, I know Jerry.
I know 4 of the players at this
Affleck
table.
and Chino and Jesse Cohen. I know 4 players. So this guy's rat-holing his 5K chips, the gross guy. So anybody on that side of him cannot tell he's got any 5K chips.
Somebody wants to know who has more money, Alan, you or me? What do you think?
I've got plenty of money. I don't know.
Okay, I have none, so
All
I
right.
think there's your answer.
Yeah, I haven't worked in like 20 years.
Let me ask you a question, Alan. You save and you save and you save. Eventually, you're going to spend?
Yeah, I should buy. I keep thinking I want to buy a nice car, but I haven't. I just haven't.
If you were to buy a nice car, what kind of car do you think you'd buy?
I don't know. Maybe a Mercedes of some kind.
There you go. I think you should. I'll tell you what, Alan. When you want to go buy a car, bring me with you, and I'll help negotiate. I'll get you a good deal.
Oh, you're good at that?
You don't think I'd be good at that?
You probably would be.
Yeah, I'll help you out.
Oh, somebody's putting in what the people want at the ladies' night.
Yeah. Just like I said. I'd like to see you driving around Vegas in a Hummer.
See, the problem is you can't have a really expensive car in Vegas because
Because why?
I like to just park and go. A lot of places I don't like to do valet and wait and wait and wait. So I want to just be able to park my car, and I'm always worried if I have a nice car that's it's going to get like.
So what do we got? We got an all-in here with queens for 55,000 with from a stop on, and Chino's going to call off in the big blind. He's got him well covered with 267,000.
That's a pretty big call.
He's got
for
ace jack.
Close to 30 big blinds. I'm surprised he would just call off with that.
It's close. He flops a jack. King on the turn and a deuce on the river, so a stop on is going to double. Chino's going to get a little flesh wound.
Yeah, I mean,
Allen's folding ace jack there.
for that many blinds, it's a lot of blinds. It's almost 30 blinds.
No,
25 blinds.
It's 25.
Yeah.
It's probably a call. With that many, Chino has that many chips. I think that's a call.
He was closing the action, right? Yeah, he was in the big
Well, he's
blind.
the big blind.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Against me, I wouldn't call with ace jack. I know.
Yeah,
that.
against you, I wouldn't call with queens.
I might call with queens. I started today with 67,000.
I started with 64. We're like brothers.
Yeah, I didn't win a hand.
I won a couple, but I lost more than I won.
I defended the small blind with 8-9 of diamonds. It was like a 5-way pot, and the board came 7-10 blank. That cost me a lot of chips. I had. Wow, man, that's like it's a walk or no? Oh, someone all in.
Who's all in?
Jesse Cohen.
Jesse
Ace
Cohen.
deuce of clubs.
And it's going to get through, Alan. Safe. So when are you leaving here, Alan?
29th.
29th? So what's that? I want to say Tuesday?
Yep. And I'm on that flight with all the people going to Cherokee. You should go. Costs $90.
I'm thinking about it. You going to loan me the 90?
I don't know. Actually, I can't remember the guy's name. I think it's Scott Davies. Is that the guy that won the Australia?
I believe so.
Yeah, I told him about it, and he was right on it last night. There was very few tickets left on Allegiant.
Looks like Wong open there.
It's a
Queen
nonstop
nine.
right to Asheville, which is like
Yeah,
45
no.
minutes. And the other option is going to Atlanta, which is a 3-hour ordeal.
Yeah, getting to Cherokee's not easy, though. I mean, it's one
No,
of the
but
few
from
places.
Asheville, it's reasonable.
Yeah, it's
like,
reasonable from Asheville. I've
It's
done
like
it.
going to Philadelphia for Atlantic City.
So Avlak's going to re-raise with ace-10 of clubs. He's going to make it 15,000 to go after Jerry opened the 5,500 with queen-9 and the hijack. And Jerry
has not put in a chip when he thinks he's beat, so
Jerry looks displeased with that 3-bet, and he's going to just give it up. So good fold. And Affleck's going to take a few chips and throw them on the pile. Alan, are you staying here at the Hard Rock?
of course,
Sharing a room, or you got your own room?
room,
2 queens or 1 king?
1 king.
Oh, beautiful.
I stay here as many days as they'll have me because I play a lot of slots here.
And I'm sure they love having you here.
Yeah, I've had a really bad run last couple trips here, but they like that, I guess.
Yeah, why wouldn't they? Jesse Cohen's got 6s
Might be
here,
an all
and
in
he's going to put it
because,
all in, yeah.
He's got like 20 blinds.
Mr. Posey is here as ace-10. And he folded, I think, if that graphic was right. Or no, maybe it's somebody else with ace. I don't even know anymore. No, it's Affleck with ace-10, and he folds. Mr. Borenstein over here has got a couple of threes, which
That's not a call.
he's not going to call with.
And now he's going to see a pained look on Gross's face.
Gross has 2 pretty cards. He's got 2 pretty picture cards, Queen Jack offsuit.
If he knew what they had, he would call.
Yeah, but he doesn't, and so he shouldn't, and he won't.
2 well-timed all-ins for Cullen.
Yeah. I see I'm hoping this is the real Ron Massey. Can I get confirmation in the chat that this is the real Ron Massey, who's saying he saw Alan with a slender Asian woman at the slot machines at 3 a.m. last night? Is that accurate? Alan's grinning uncomfortably.
I'm trying to think back.
Were you with a slender Asian woman at the slot machines yesterday at 3 a.m.?
Not at 3 a.m., no.
No. You were back in the room with the slender Asian woman at 3 a.m.
I do like slender Asian women, though.
Really? Unbelievable. We're gonna get a maybe we'll do some type of audition, some contest where we can get some women who fit your
One of my
prototype.
friends in Florida told me to sign up for this thing called J-Swipe, so I signed up for that.
I'm on J-Swipe.
Yeah.
You swiping away?
Yeah.
I'd love to see your profile. I'd love to work on your profile. I think I can improve it.
All they did was just copy my Facebook into it. Are you supposed to create your own profile? I didn't do that.
Well, I mean, you tell a little bit about yourself.
I didn't do any of that.
Well, people want to know about you. So Borenstein has King Queen, and he calls Chino's open, and Mr. Gross has Jack 4 of Hearts. He's not folding. They're suited cards. Mr. Gross loves suited cards.
Yeah, but he's been bleeding off a lot of chips. So.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you call a lot.
And Queen 8.
And Astepan is getting a decent price, I guess, on his Queen 8 there, right?
Yeah, this is what we were talking about earlier when people raise the minimum.
And he's got, let's see what we do here. We got the 3-3-4, and believe it or not, Mr. Gross and his Jack 4 has flopped the best hand. 2 diamonds. Nobody has a single diamond in their hand.
The problem is if you check this hand with the Jack 4, you're never going to be in the lead on the turn.
Well, Chino's going to lead out after Mr. Gross did check. Chino continues with his ace high, which is often good in this spot. But
it's always a scare card here.
Mr. Gross is going to call. He's going to look Chino up. And it's going to be 2 to the turn. There's the 10 of hearts.
I think he's going to see one more street now.
I would be shocked if he folded here. Chino obviously is going to continue. He's going to bet 15,000.
Pretty strong bet.
And it's going to be a quick call out of Mr. Gross.
Now he's worried that he might have a 3. Oh,
and there's the ace on the river for Chino.
That's a salvation. That's unbelievable.
And Chino's gonna get value. He's betting here, and I think Mr. Gross is gonna pay him off. What do you think? Chino is in fact.
See, the
betting.
problem is now that.
He snap folded. Good job by Mr.
No,
Gross.
the problem
and he is
now
over it.
that Chino either has an overpair or has an ace high hand. So the ace gets him off the hook.
Right, Alan. Chino could never have anything else, right?
No, but I'm saying in general, he bet the flop and the turn. He's either got an ace high, like an ace king or ace queen, or he's got some kind of an overpair. What a lucky river card for Chino. That was a big pot.
Great to have Aaron, the great Ron Massey, in the chat here. We love having him.
That was almost a 100K pot.
Yeah.
That was a big pot.
Well, you play Jack 4 suited, you're going to lose some chips sometimes when you make a marginal hand. He can't fold the flop. He can't fold the turn. And he got unlucky on the river.
Flop and try win it
he
that
could.
way.
Is that what you would have done? You would have check raised?
I don't know.
You'd just never be in with the Jack 4, so it's not an issue.
Yeah, not from the small blind. Probably not.
No.
Nice hand on the button, ace 4 of clubs.
Yep, Mr. Gross continuing
5,500
to be assertive. He's down to, what is he down to about now? 80,000 chips or so? 93,000? No.
50.
It says 100, but I don't think he has 100.
He's got about 70,000.
Yeah, that's closer. A stop on the Metro Lumberjack with his plaid shirt and his neck scarf.
He looks like he's trying to make a move here.
Yeah, well, he's mulling. He's got Queen 10 in the small blind.
The problem is he's got a short stack behind him who could go all in.
He does, but he's going to throw in the 14K raise. Gross doesn't mess around. Gross just throws those calling chips in immediately.
This is a lot of chips for both of them right here.
Yeah, this is going to be an important hand for both these players.
Oh, and he takes the lead with the queen.
King, queen, 8 flop. Couple of spades, if I saw that correctly. Yeah.
I like check calling here, but we'll see how it goes.
After 3-betting, you want to check call? Okay. I agree.
Is that Mac Lance?
I hope so. It looks like Mac Lance. I really hope it is Mac Lance. It is. Is he joining the table? Was there an open seat?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Did he bet the flop or check? No, he's went for the check call, like I said.
Yeah, well, I agreed. Here comes the jack on the turn, which obviously gives him an open-ender.
Now he's got to make like a 15 or 16.
Gives a gutter ball to Mr. Gross.
I would not give a free card here.
You wouldn't. Yes, I agree.
He's got the pair, and he's got an open-ender.
Yeah, you bet. 2 flush draws out there. Neither of them have any part of either of them, but...
Wow, that's a pretty weak check there.
And then the backdoor flush draw completes. You going to go for some value here, Alan, if you're stop on?
I would do the check call here.
Check call. Yeah, I like that. A little bluff catch.
Yep. And he's going to check behind a lot, and you're going to win the hand a lot anyway.
Alan, I think you're onto something.
Yep, see, he's checked behind. He's going to win the pot anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you have the best hand. You win the pot.
That's a big pot for him. It's going to over 100,000 now. And
I tell you, since we've started here, Mr. Gross is bleeding chips. It's been tough sledding. You think the feature table, the lights, and the glitter are getting to him? What do you think?
I don't know. He just seems like he doesn't have the right temperament for this. He's like...
Well, he doesn't like to fold.
He likes to call.
He likes to call. He likes to call fast. He doesn't play slow. Negreanu would like playing with him. He plays fast.
Yeah, Marchese on that last hand would have gone all in on that scary river card, and he would have won the whole pot. It is Mac Lance, right?
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor and a privilege to be able to commentate for a table where Mac Lance will be playing.
He's got a decent amount of chips, about 150.
It was Matt Glantz who gave me the opportunity to be sitting here today. He's the one who suggested I get in the booth. So you guys can all send your complaints to him.
Oh, what does that Trump say on the bottom? Can you read it?
I cannot. Were you a Trump supporter, Alan?
I didn't like either candidate.
Okay. Did you vote?
No.
Come on, Alan. It's your duty. It's your civic duty.
So there's supposedly a recount in the works now.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen, though. So we've got a raise to 4,800 by a stop out, 10-6 of diamonds. And
I thought it was a stop and with an N.
It says a stop out now. The graphics have been a little choochy here, so who knows. Mac Lance is not folding. Mac Lance is not a fan of folding, in case you're not familiar with his game. He likes to see flops, turns, rivers, other people's cards.
He's a good mixed game player.
He is. He's going to check. We have no idea what he has.
Matt has an ongoing deal with me that any time I enter the 50K 8 game, he gets 1%.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd like to take 1%. Can I get involved in that?
I sold out last time, and I made the final table. Last time I played.
For those people who don't know out there, Alan is an excellent mixed game player.
Yeah, that's about the only thing I'm good at.
No, that's not true. You're good at achieving max value on your comps.
Yeah.
So stop out is going to continue 7,500 on the flop here, which he got 0 of. But when you play 6-10 of diamonds, you're going to have to continue a lot with nothing. Matt calls.
It's going to be hard for him to continue on any turn card here.
Third club comes. It's the 8 of clubs. A stop out is probably drawing dead a lot here. Glance looks like he's thinking about betting this turn.
I'll use the 3-second rule again here.
17,000 from Glance. What do you think a stop out is going to do here? You think he's calling, Alan?
3-second rule. There it is.
There it is. You know what I do there? raise. You know why? Because I hate money. I like setting money on fire. People want to know where you got all your money from, Alan. Strip clubs?
No, I worked in market research for a long time, and I banked all that money.
How long did you do that for?
15 years maybe.
15 years.
I was really good at it.
And then you just
went
to poker full time?
No.
Were you playing poker when you were doing market research?
Yeah, on the weekends. I was working Monday through Friday, and then on Friday at like 5, 6 o'clock, I would drive to the casinos, and I'd stay in the casinos until Monday morning and drive back to work Monday. I did that every weekend for maybe 5 or 6 years.
That was the beginning.
Yeah.
And now look at you.
And then they started poker in the Taj, and I was playing 100, 200 stud 8 Omaha 8 every weekend.
Wow.
I had an entire tray, safety box full of $100 chips.
Of course you did. So Borenstein's picked up Ace Jack of Hearts here, which has been one of the better hands that he's seen. He makes it 5,500, and our friend Mr. Gross here is called. We don't know his cards, but we do know that they could be anything.
He hasn't had much to play, to be honest with you. So.
Who, Borenstein or Gross?
Borenstein.
Yeah. This is basically the best hand he's seen. And Jerry's going to call out of the big blind with Jack 10 off. We have no idea what Mr. Gross has.
That's a pretty decent flop.
And we've got Ace 9 10. So Borenstein flops top pair.
Backdoor hearts, backdoor straight.
Jerry flops middle pair. And Mr. Gross, we don't know. That looks like a board he might have missed.
Maybe
but
not.
he's betting, which means that there's a really good chance.
Oh, he's out of yellow chips, so he's been really bleeding off a lot.
Yeah. 7,500.
Yeah,
He called 7,500 from Borenstein. And now we've got the insignificant 5 of clubs on the turn.
Jerry Wong called also, or he's
No,
out
Jerry
of the
folded.
Jerry
Jerry folded.
No, wait, where's Bornstein's cards?
They're somewhere. He's still in the hand. He's got the Ace Jack of Hearts. And he's going to bet again. He's going to bet 8,000, I believe.
This is pretty much the hand for Gross.
He's going to call.
This hand, he's going to be crippled.
He's calling. I mean, he's still got about 45,000, 40,000.
Yeah, but he's only got about 15 blinds
And then
left.
the King of Clubs on the river.
Jack Queen is a possibility.
No, not. I think he would have raised that hand with his stack size.
They keep having Jerry Wong still in the hand.
Yeah, he's not. It's Borenstein's Ace Jack of Hearts and 2 random cards of our friend Mr. Gross.
This is a tough spot for Borenstein because Ace Jack doesn't really beat much here.
Nope.
Been called twice.
Yeah.
The king hit on the river.
What do you think here, Alan? Would you check?
Probably check and see what happens because Gross has been checking behind a lot when he doesn't have much. You're only getting called by a better hand here. Let's see what could he possibly have here.
Check. And I think that Mr. Gross river 2 pair, if I'm not mistaken. And he had King 10.
He didn't bet it?
From what? Come on. This guy's great. Ladies and gentlemen, we just got a visit from Matt Lance, and I'm going to quote him here. He said his forehead is killing him. I offered him some Advil, but he said it's okay. It's not a headache. It's not your traditional headache. It's because they keep hitting him in the head with the deck, which is basically his entire career. Yeah, we're on a delay here, so they must be on a bit of a break. But apparently we're going to see Mac Lance get hit in the head with the deck a few times.
Oh, that was a pretty rough beat that Bornstein just took. He had Ace
Jack of Hearts.
Ace Jack against King 10 of Hearts.
Ace Jack of Hearts versus King 10 of Hearts.
Yeah, and basically he was drawing to a king or a 10 on the river.
What do you think about Mr. Gross just checking back the river there?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to hit your hand after chasing it down,
you got to bet.
30,000 behind. I probably would have gone with it. I mean,
can you imagine not betting a hand that Alan Kessler would have bet? It might be time to stop playing. Look for a different.
That was a big pot for him. Look, I mean,
of course, he was short. What are your thoughts on Mac Rose as a Mac Lance as a no limit hold'em tournament player?
I don't know, but he did offer me the 1% of any 50K that I play. So.
Matt's money is very lucky.
Actually, it's 2% he takes.
You know, Matt had a piece of me one time, ever.
Cohen's going to go all in.
And I
with
came in
suited
7th in 5 diamond. I know, it's unbelievable. That's the worst that he's ever run. So Cohen's all in with ace-4 diamonds. And again, he's going to get it through. So that's the 3rd time that Cohen has shoved and it's gotten through. I haven't gotten a shove through in 4 years.
Basically, if you shove once in orbit, you're maintaining. So eventually, you're gonna.
Like I said, guys, Alan's the math guy here.
Watching the match. Did you see me with the first hand I played out of big blind?
Yeah, but they didn't show your cards.
I had ace 7 of spades.
I thought the board was 3 clubs that
I
hand.
pretended like I had ace 7 of clubs.
Yeah.
I had ace 7 of spades.
Yeah,
ace
but-
7 of spades.
Oh, so you bet out the turn when you didn't have a flush? We didn't see the whole cards that hand.
Apparently, that hand when we didn't see Matt's whole cards, he had ace 7 of spades, which had they been clubs, they would have been a very good hand, but they weren't, and so he decided to bluff and get it through. Because no one could ever fathom that Matt didn't make a hand. It's really a good deal. Like, Matt either has it or can represent it because he always has it.
What was that hand you had against Vanessa Selp for huge money in that 50K? I remember that.
It was a 100K.
Yeah, oh, it was a 100K tournament.
The bluff didn't work. She can't fold, that's why.
No.
That was like one of your most memorable hands ever, right?
So hold on a second. We've got a hand developing here where our friend Mr. Gross is raised to 5,300 with King 10 of diamonds.
I think Matt's getting an unfair advantage seeing the whole cards if he's watching us here.
And Matt has queens and he's just called. Very cagey out of Matt Lance. Very cagey.
Oh, he just called with queens.
You 3-bet. Oh, it didn't say that you 3-bet. Now it says you 3-bet to 8,000. Apparently he 3-bets to 13,000 here. So he's not cagey. Standard.
Oh, this
so
is
the
a dream.
6-8-10 flop for
dream
the
flop
dream
for
flop for Matt. His opponent flops top pair, and Matt has an overpair.
And
obviously,
from what we've seen of Gross, he's never folding at this point.
no, I don't think Gross would fold a 6 here, nonetheless a 10.
Put it this way, I wanted to fold the flop.
So Matt continues for 15,000. And Mr. Gross has made it 41,000 because he has the best pair on the board.
Actually, he's made it 41 with like another 41 behind, so he's basically.
And
committed already.
Matt right here is sick to his stomach because he knows that he should never be ahead, except the fact that he's never behind in life, and he throws in the call, and there it is. Look at that. He's got the gentleman drawing to a 13% hand.
Wait, how did Matt Lance only have 56,000 to start the hand? I thought he had like 200,000. Yeah, he says all in 56,000.
No, I think the other man's all in for 56,000.
No, he had about 80,000.
Yeah, it was 56,000 effective. Matt wins 71,000 chips on the pot.
Yeah, he's got way more than 80,000.
Yeah, 71,000 it says is what he won. So yeah, obviously the 5-9 run out, safe for Matt, and
Matt's going to have like 300,000 chips after that hand.
Matt's going to continue that clean living. I want to grow up to be Matt Lance. Who's got more money, Alan? You or Matt?
I would say Matt. I don't know.
Really? That's a good question. For you guys out there in Twitch, who do you think has more money, Matt Lance or Alan Kessler?
I don't spend any money, so.
That's the thing. Matt has a family. Matt's got a wife, kids. Doesn't travel as much as he used to, but, you know, Matt's not a cheap guy. He bought me breakfast once. With real money, not with comps.
That's a big pot. So I think after the previous hand, that Gross had about close to 100,000 before that hand.
And we're going to have to say goodbye to our friend Mr. Gross. He was entertaining to watch.
I'm pretty sure he had close to 100,000 before that hand
He
started.
was entertaining to watch. I'm excited to see who fills the seat, though. I hope it's somebody who gives us as much action.
His problem was that if he hit any part of the flop, he was seeing the river.
I'd like to see Ralph Massey in that seat. What do you think about that? Would you like to see Ralph Massey get that seat?
Is he the better or the worse of the Massey brothers?
At what?
At anything.
At anything, he's definitely better at some things.
Yeah.
The Massey brothers are both prodigies at many different things.
How come it says commentators are Rep Porter and Frank Casella?
They commentated yesterday. I don't know. Maybe they think more people will listen to Rep and Frank than you and me. I don't know.
Oh, they got all the pictures right now.
Well, that's good. We're getting there. Chino looks interested in his hand here in the small blind. The stop out made it 6,500. Chino calls.
We had the stacks off when we started. I just now was able to put up an accurate stack listing. So, having it happen, I already see the screen.
Can you give us a sheet like this?
Yes.
So Affleck with Queen 4 in the big blind. Chino had Jack 9 off, which is, and he 3-bet it. He 3-bet the Jack 9 off to 14,000. A stop out with the fold.
15 seconds.
And Chino throws in a little light 3-bet there with the Jack 9 off, and it works.
No, this can't be right. Okay.
We just got some accurate chip counts in here.
Yeah, they were saying Chino has 260,000, and Mac Lance has 400,000,
1,500, 3,000, 500.
Good for him.
and Jerry Wong has around 150. Jesse's just hanging on with 52,000.
I'm going to borrow this guy's scarf. I think I look good in that scarf.
The problem is the scarf doesn't help unless you have it completely over your neck, and he's got the scarf too low anyway.
Well, you don't know that it's to take away the tells. It could just be a fashion thing. Matt's got ace-10 of diamonds here. This may be a little bit more of him getting hit in the head with the deck. I'm assuming he's going to make a hand here. What do
I
you
thought
think,
he
Matt?
opened for 1,200, but that's 5,200.
That's 5,200
Yeah.
is open there. And Jerry Wong looks like he's got raising chips. He's going to make it 13,000.
With the amount of chips that Glance has, it's pretty unlikely he folds here.
Yeah, Glance is never folding unless there's a cold 4-bet. I would love to know what he has, Jerry. I think he's light.
C2 raises to 6,000, 7,000.
He made it 17,000 actually. I don't even know. We got a call out of Glance. He just
Oh my God.
King, Queen, Jack, Rainbow. Matt's got the ace-10 of diamonds. I guess it's bad luck for Matt that there's no diamonds on the flop.
Yeah, but if it's bad luck for Jerry if he's got a like King Queen or Ace King type hand.
I would agree.
But we don't know what he has. So.
Looks like there's a chance that Matt's gonna have more than 400,000 after this hand. It's on Matt.
It's complete rainbow too. So he's
Yeah,
basically got the
but
nuts.
he has 2 diamonds and he didn't even get a diamond on the flop. The poor guy. And Matt's going to call a bet of, is that 4,000 on the flop?
It was 17,000 pre-flop.
Right.
No, the pot is still 32,000. So
I thought I saw him throw a chip in the middle.
no, he hasn't made a bet yet. Here's the bet.
Tell her to come in here. Can you bring her?
You think Matt raises here or not?
No.
There's nothing scary at all here. Oh, he does raise.
He does
Okay.
raise. I'll text her the information.
I don't like a raise here. I would.
Yeah, I would have called, I think.
There's nothing scary about the board. I
Well,
mean,
no, I don't think he's doing it because he's scared. I think he's doing it because he's trying to inflate the pot.
Wow, Jerry might have like Ace King or a set of kings or something really big here. See, against me, if I raised here, I would get no action, so I'd have to call.
Jerry's going to fold.
Yeah,
I'd
well-
love to know what he had. Yeah, I would have liked to call there for Matt.
Yeah, I don't like raising there. picks up like 40,000 chips. See, me personally, I can never raise in that spot because I would never get any action after the flop.
So Matt, since he's been at the table, has played 3 hands. He's successfully bluffed. He has gotten somebody to put it in with top pair against his overpair.
Yeah, and he just
Then he
flopped
flopped the nuts with after he got 3-bet. So I would say so far so good for Matt.
Yeah. He's got a mountain of chips.
He does. He's a mountain of a man.
He's going to be all in again here. Maybe he's got a little bit too many chips at this point, but we'll see.
So Jesse Cohen with King Jack suited, and he's
Wow,
going to fold.
It's a big fold.
I don't fold. I can't fold King Jack suited. I can't. I just can't do it.
I shoved that hand at Maryland Live, and I lost to aces.
Chino tosses in a 5K chip there with King 3 of spades. He's made it 5,000.
The King Jack with a hearts would have gotten through, it looks like. Oh, no, he wouldn't have gotten
nope.
through. Look at that.
Our friend Mr. Estopow has 2 queens here. Now, what do you think, Alan? Is he gonna re-raise, or is he gonna just call here against Chino?
I like re-raising Chino because
See, Chino, but his stack size is that he's not re-raising light too often here.
Yeah.
I might have flatted Chino here. If I had more chips, I think I re-raise. But with his stack size,
that's
I
a
might have
pretty
just called.
enticing sizing for Chino. He might just call.
Yeah,
here
he
and
makes
see
it
a flop.
16-5, and see Chino folds. Chino's playing well. Chino is not. Chino's not giving chips away today. See, Chino's very perceptive at the table. That's the one thing no one's going to take away from Chino, and he knows that this guy isn't 3-betting him light there with his stack size too often. These people know how Chino plays. He likes to see flops in those spots, so he's going to have it. He's going to have it a lot.
Wow, Matt Lance just sits down and wins 3 huge pots in a row.
When's the last time you sat down and won 3 huge pots in a row?
Can't remember.
Alan, if you were on death row, what would be your last meal?
I don't know. But, I did win 3 big pots in a row. Borgata last week, I was down to nothing. And this limo guy that everybody likes at Borgata, his name is Limo, Chris Limo.
Okay.
He opens with King Jack offsuit. I go all in with queens. He snap calls. I double.
How'd you hold there?
I
You
don't
run
know.
great.
I couldn't believe it. The very next hand, I look down. I have I had 2 kings that hand, or whatever it was. The very next hand, I look down. I have a picture pair again. Somebody goes all in with Queen 8 of diamonds.
By the way, Bornstein is shoved here with ace 5, it says. And Glance is called with, I have no idea. They won't show us. Ace 10 of clubs.
Anyway, I doubled and redoubled, so that was
More importantly than this all in, Alan doubled and doubled again.
You asked
in
me if
another
I ever
tournament.
had.
I know. I'm just
I
kidding.
went from 40,000 to like 200,000.
So it looks like Glance is 1 card. There it is. He's busted another player. Matt Glance has played 4 hands, busted 2 players, won all 4.
Did he re-raise all in with the ace 4?
I believe so. Ace 5.
That's a bad play. He's always getting called by Matt Glance.
Yeah,
Matt Glance raised
Matt,
under the
Matt
gun.
raised under the gun.
Yeah, I mean, what is he thinking there?
That, like, maybe Matt one time won't have it?
Yeah,
Look at that smile on Matt. Matt really enjoys playing poker because Matt wins every hand he plays.
If you think about it from that Bornstein's
Right.
spot, he's going to have like 4 or 5 more free hands where he might be the first one in the pot. He might get a reasonably good hand. And why would you want to raise all in against the massive chip leader with ace 4 when you're never a favorite? When he guy raised under the gun.
I'm not going to disagree with you, Alan.
Yeah, that was
Not going to disagree with you.
That must not be the John Bornstein that's on the hand of Mo.
No, it is not. I can confirm that once again.
That was pretty bad.
They do go to the same temple, though, I believe.
Wow, they're saying that the table is intentionally set up. That's not true.
Yeah, no, that's not true.
People are just moved to the table
Yeah,
and random draw.
Yeah, I mean, you got to understand there's a lot of, at this point in this tournament, there's a lot of recognizable players in the field. So it's not shocking to see you know, one
Yeah.
familiar face after the other move to the table.
Yeah, if I was going to sit down at any table right now, I would know at least 3 people at almost any table.
And 8 people would know you.
Yeah.
Always modest.
You know what? You know what? The first day, I didn't know anybody at my table for like the first 2 or 3 hours, and then like John Dolan came and Marchese and a few other people.
So we got 2 empty seats now. So let's see what we got here. You think we're going to get 2 familiar faces?
No, probably one person that we know, one person we don't know.
Okay. So some quick folds here.
Jesse's in a bad spot because if he shoves, he's going to get looked up. Yeah, he did shove. No, he got it through. That's his 4th shove that he got through. He's playing the short stack a lot better than Bornstein did.
So there's 153 players left, as you can see, out of the 760 that started. And we're going to be paying 72, I believe. I could be wrong.
The average stack is amazing.
There's 72.
The average stack is like 60 big blinds right now.
72nd place will get you $7,053. So for a lot of people, maybe that'll win you $53 if you re-entered once. And first place in this is going to be $564,227 and an SHRPO seat. You know who won this tournament last year, Alan?
You?
No.
Oh.
But close. Jake Baisley won this tournament last year.
Oh, I was doing
know.
commentary on that also, and
You were there.
got ridiculously lucky at the end.
Oh, stop it. He played like a genius.
Yeah, he went all in with Jack 10 against Ace 10, and somehow
He played like a genius.
I was doing commentary that with Tuckman last year on this the same.
Who do you enjoy doing commentary more, me or Tuckman?
You. Tuckman has a big ego.
I have no ego.
Yeah.
I'm egoless. So Matt has made it 5,000 on the button, it looks like.
I like that venue. They had the final table out last year. It was
Yeah,
like
the
in
theater's nice. The Hard Rock's a great venue in general. So we got 7-7 Jack rainbow flop here, and I believe we have 4 players in the hand, if the graphic's right. Matt might have called on the button, it looks like, actually. Checks around.
We don't see anybody's hole cards.
Yeah,
so.
why would we? We don't need hole cards. We're good enough to figure out everybody's hand, right, Alan? 6 of clubs on the turn, and our friend
He has not bluffed
in
at
the
all
1
today.
seat is going to bet 14,000.
He has not made a move, not bluffed. So.
He thinks it's winter here. He's got the jacket on. Nice sunglasses. Chino's over this hand. Matt Affleck's over this hand.
Everybody knows. he
Matt
hasn't bluffed.
Glantz is over this hand. And Matt Glantz has finally entered and not won a pot. That's the first one we've seen him throw a chip into that wasn't a blind or an ante, and he hasn't won. So I just got a text from somebody saying, I'm not going to say who it was, but they said that they're listening, and let's just say that listening to your voice, Alan, is doing it for them.
Oh, really?
Yep. It's a female. She's not Asian.
Really?
Not Asian.
Was she one of the 6 in the ladies' night?
No, she's not here.
Huh.
But you could do worse. I don't know if you have, but you could. So Matt with King 4 of hearts, if the graphic is right for once. Matt's putting all those 100 chips in the rack. We got another all-in from Jesse Cohen with 9-10 this time. Let's see if he can get it through for the 5th time. Matt's going to fold the King 4 of hearts.
I don't know how he's only got 17,000. That's impossible.
No, that can't be right. He's gotten like 5. He's gotten fourth shoves through, and he never even had as little as 17,000. But it's, I mean, that's what it says. It can't be right.
If this guy calls, he's in pretty bad trouble.
He looks like he wants to call. He also
It's a
looks
lot
like he's
more
gonna
than
fold.
17,000.
Yeah, there's no way that's 17,000. Yeah, that's nowhere
like-
near
it's
17,000.
close to
It's like
40,000.
45,000. Chino's got ace four of clubs in the blind, and I can tell you that if it was 17,000, Chino would have called by now.
It's around 40,000.
It might be 54 if any of these graphics are right. I don't even know.
Oh, there it says 54.6. So maybe
But
that
that's Affleck. Who knows? Let's just all guess. I'm going to guess it's about 45,000. I'm going to guarantee it's not 17,000. Chino's got about 254,000.
this is not a call.
It's 15,000 to call. Allen would not call.
It's not 15,000 to call. It's a
No, I
huge
know.
amount to call.
Yeah, and Chino's going to call. And he's got ace. No, he doesn't have ace four clubs. He has king, queen of spades, and there's jacks. So every card
Oh, wow.
is incorrect, which is great. These hands make more sense.
Yeah, these hands do. I think this whole graphic is. Oh,
Yeah,
look at this
and Chino
flop.
flops the flush draw.
Chino's
So
actually.
2 overs and a flush draw. 10 of diamonds is safe. 6 of diamonds is safe. So
Wow.
Chino cannot catch up, and
That
after
money
a
would have
G,
gotten in at however they played.
yeah, it was a dream flop. But Jesse finally gets looked up when he shoves,
Yeah, that's what I said. He's going to keep.
and the first time,
Maintaining.
the best hand that he shoved with is the one he gets called with, and then he fades the world, and now he's not the short stack anymore.
Where did the ace four of clubs come from?
We have no idea. None of these hand graphics seem to be
No, they have the jacks
accurate.
right
Now the jacks are right now. But yeah, so
38-8 might have been the all-in.
that could have been right. Would you have called there for 38-8 with king queen of spades, Alan?
Probably with that stack.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. If Alan thinks it's the right call and Chino thinks it's the right call and I think it's the right call, then it might be the right call.
Jesse, see, that just shows you how to play the stack. You don't want to re-raise people with ace four offsuit that played under the gun.
Well, no, that hand didn't exist.
No, I'm saying that happened the previous hand when Bornstein busted.
Oh, right, yes.
He re-raised all in with ace four offsuit when you're guaranteed to be like 30% against anything. What are they saying about my name there
Where?
on the Twitch?
I don't know what they're saying. Nothing exciting.
Why did you guys say Frank?
Yeah,
look
no,
at
they're saying that it's Frank and Rep is what it said, but it's me and Alan.
Mackland's got another weak hand, ace queen of clubs. I think the tech thing is behind a little bit for some reason.
Alan, when did you start playing poker? Like, I'm not talking about when you started playing all the time, but like, were you playing poker when you were young?
I was playing in college. We had what we called the Monday night game.
What was it?
It was all mixed games.
Really?
It was like we played 7-card stud high-low with a replacement. We played L flop, where you'd have like the flop would meet and one card that would hit both rows. We played double row flop. Everything was high-low, but the best low was ace 2 3 4 6.
Okay. Can't make it straight.
No,
Where'd you go to college again?
I went to Penn State for 2 years at near my house,
Uh-huh.
the local campus, and I went to Temple.
Okay. So you're a big fan of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, so that game became the game at the Taj. Stud 8 or better, Omaha 8 or better.
For Murata, who's asking the final table payouts, like I told you, 565 in the SHRPO seat for first, 328,000 and change for second, 200,000 and change for third, 165,000 for fourth, 133,000 plus for fifth, and just under 110,000 for sixth place. So everyone's going to get six figures who makes it to the final table here, but we are a long way away. We're not even in the
This
money
is the
yet.
first hand that Cohen's opened without an all-in.
Yep. Well, he's got chips now. He's
Yeah.
got the king jack of spades, hopefully, if the graphic's right.
This is a stop out. He can't accumulate any chips. He's doubled a couple times. He still has no chips.
So
a pretty good flop for king jack of spade.
yeah, well, we don't have a stop house cards. We have glances folded 9 deuce offhand.
Oh, Chino's in the hand also.
Graphics people, help. Help. You're making it very difficult. So Chino. Ariel, I've been playing poker since before I could remember, but I'd say I started playing super serious after college while I was in law school.
That's a bad card for.
Do we know anyone's hand
Jesse.
here? I mean, he's got king jack of spades,
Yeah.
we think, but we have no idea what Chino has.
If he shows any weakness at all, Chino will bet. So
There you go. There's 10,000 from Chino.
that's not that big of a bet in that pot.
Maybe he doesn't want him to fold. Alan, Natasha's in the chat. You have anything to say to Natasha?
Thanks for the wedding invitation.
Is that sarcasm?
No, I got an invitation from her sister, not from her.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, he
That
called the
hurts.
10,000.
Yeah, so
Now he's got king high.
we got backdoor flush on the river, 6 of diamonds, 9-10 gets there. We, again, have no idea what Chino has.
Whatever he has is better than king jack.
Maybe. Probably. Not definitely. Did Jesse check yet? Chino's gone all in. And it's going to work, obviously.
We never got to know what Chino had there.
We never get to know what anyone has. And I think that means they're going on break now. They're going to color up the black chips.
This
And
is a
go on
key
break.
level in any tournament.
When they
you
color
get
up
to
the black,
when it's
500 antes.
Yeah, 15-3. It's a huge round to get through.
So Jesse's doing the color up.
Yeah, but that's about all the chips he has, because he lost quite a few chips in that last hand.
Yeah, so he's going to be back to all in or
Yeah.
fold. But that's worked out well.
All right, looks like we have a 15-minute break. We'll be back
15-minute
in
break.
15 minutes.
Yeah, we'll see you in 15 minutes, people.
Jesse Cohen has the same.
Yeah, Jesse lost that hand right before the break
Yeah.
to Chino. Just so you know, Alan, the Jets are driving, too. Very exciting.
I want to thank Todd Anderson for this great jacket that he gave me.
Yeah, Alan just got himself a new hoodie,
Really nice.
courtesy of Poker Night.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, Alan could model.
Yeah.
He would be a great clothing model.
I'm going to wear this to Cherokee, and he'll
I
get
believe
some,
it.
some free advertising.
What's the last item of clothing you paid for?
I get a lot of free gift cards for casinos.
So you didn't answer my question. What's the last article of clothing you paid for?
I don't know. I use gift cards to buy stuff usually.
So you have it. Why don't you give me a gift card?
Actually,
Pay it forward.
I'm getting a gift card here for playing this week too.
Get me a gift card for Hanukkah.
This is an easy shove for Cohen. I don't believe he didn't shove.
What do? He made it 10,000.
Yeah.
What is it? 3K big blind.
Yeah.
So he makes it 10,000 off of 40,000.
Yeah. He's got around 13 or 14 blinds.
And Jerry Wong puts him in. And Jerry's got jacks. And Jesse's got ace queen.
Yeah. Maybe he was trying to induce a shove there.
Well, he was obviously trying to induce.
But he got it. He got what he wanted anyway.
I mean, I don't think he
This is
wanted
the
him
hand
to
I
have
lost.
jacks.
Exact hand I lost.
I don't
Ace,
think he wanted him to have jacks.
ace queen against jacks.
And there it is, the ace on the flop.
I wish I would have hit that.
You wish you would have hit that?
No.
Jacks fall on the turn for Jerry, so he hits his two-outer.
That's exactly how I lost.
And that's going to do it for Jesse. Loses the flip, hits his card, gets unlucky on the turn. That's always annoying when you hit your card like that. And then
Now,
they
anybody that knows
resuck out on you.
tournament poker rules, when you get 3 short, you're supposed to wait. Let's see what they do here.
The dirty way.
So Jerry Wong
Not really the dirty
wins a
way,
flip.
but pretty rough.
There's 153 players left now, so about half the play, a little less than half the players remaining are going to get into the money.
I think the average person's in for like 1.5 to 2 bullets.
How many were you in for, Alan?
1.
One bullet, Alan.
Yep.
Take a break.
What's the most bullets you've ever fired in a tournament?
4.
4? You remember it?
Yeah. HPT, Colorado, Blackhawk.
Who we want? Joey D.
You think I've ever fired more than 4 bullets into a tournament?
Yeah.
You are correct.
Got 600,000.
I think you told me 7 bullets one time
No.
somewhere.
6 bullets in Jacksonville last year in the 5K.
We going Prince.
And I think I got 14th place and lost 10,000.
Give him some chips.
Give Fritz 45,000. Let's get him in the
Chips.
game.
Let's go. We need your player. No, he can.
Yep.
Sorry.
So yeah, they're waiting on a player.
He's not.
They're not going to play this short.
According to the Twitch people, we're going to get like 2 more famous players now.
Is he like
Really?
That's what they keep thinking it's fixed. So
It is not fixed, people. I can guarantee it.
black or you call racist?
I'm in the know.
and they are following the TDA rules. 3 short, they wait.
Alan knows the TDA rules like the back of his hand.
Man, pick us a couple players. You know.
You think there's a rule that you don't know?
There was somebody asked me a question the other day. The blinds are like 1 in 2,000.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to remember the exact scenario. I can't remember.
Who do you think the best TD is in the country, in the world? You know more about the country than the world.
Tournament director?
Yeah. Who's number 1?
I have to think about it. Tab's pretty fair at Borgata, but I don't like some of the rules that he has there. Jimmy Summerfield does a really good job in Choctaw.
Is that Choctaw? Yeah.
Yeah. Matt Savage, he's never admitted he's been wrong about anything in his career. So
Well, maybe he's never been wrong.
no, he tried to pull secret 6-max in the LAPC one year. That was a big mistake.
I don't know if it was a secret.
It was a secret
When did he let him know?
when it got to 36 players.
They didn't know before that?
No,
Come on.
there were several players
I
that
find
were
that hard to believe.
complaining about it. Oh, and then he had that. He was the big thing with him about the first card off the deck.
Right.
And then all of a sudden he backed off of it and said it wasn't his idea. Like
You weren't buying it.
No.
But didn't they change that rule?
Yeah.
So then he admitted that he was wrong.
No, he didn't admit it. He said it wasn't. I'm trying to think of who I really like as Jack Effel's a pretty good tournament director.
You're a Jack Effel fan.
Yeah, I think the whole thing with Kasuf was staged, though. I don't believe that none of that actually happened.
Really?
Yeah.
Conspiracy theories.
No, like the whole talk with him and Kasuf.
Right.
And they're both mic'd up, and they're both like they have these 2 chairs sitting right by the thing.
Right.
It just seemed too staged.
Interesting. You think there was a lone gunman with JFK?
I don't know about that, but Johnny Grooms, I like him. He's
Okay.
Beau Rivage, TD.
So you've just about named every TD in the country at this point.
Ben Irwin at the Thunder Valley.
Okay. So now you have named every TD in the country. So for all you people who think Alan doesn't like anyone, he just said that every TD is the best in the country.
Who does a really good job is they have a traveling TD for HPT. This name is HPT Jeremy.
Okay.
He does a really good
That's
job.
his given name?
Yeah, HPT Jeremy on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
He does a really good job.
Touchdown Jets for all those interested. Tell you, it's very exciting commentating poker when they're not playing poker.
Matt Affleck's got, I think, 4 5K chips and a few thousands.
But he seems to be having a good time. He seems like he's in a good
so
mood.
His next move is re-raising all in or just shoving all in.
Okay.
So, if I were him, I'd look for a Chino to open,
Mm-hmm.
and I would go with pick a hand to go with because Chino's been opening pretty wide.
Mm-hmm.
This is the tournament. No, this is the tournament. This is the main event. This is the main event.
We should get Prince back here in the booth.
Alan, you going to 5 Diamond?
I'm going to Cherokee first, and
then 5 Diamond?
Yeah, if I don't make the final table, I'll go.
Okay.
I hate the 5 Diamond policy, that unlimited re-entry at a 10K. I really don't like that.
Is there a point where you would stop re-entering?
I'd probably only enter twice at most.
Like say you start off and you just first 2 levels you run aces into kings and you get bad beat twice. You wouldn't fire a 3rd bullet?
I don't know. I'd probably just give up at some point.
Give up.
Actually, I have a plan. After Bellagio, I'm going to drive to the bike and play whatever tournaments are left. They have a really good schedule there. There's a high roller. There's mixed games. There's a $1 million guarantee main event. There's a lot of stuff going on there.
Interesting.
And I can stay in one of the casinos near there and drive back and forth. Who did we get here? I don't know. Do we know either of these people?
I don't recognize the 4 seat. The 5 seat looks
He
familiar.
looks kind of familiar. He looks like he's about 20 years old.
I'm betting that he's at least 21.
What's the rule here? 18 for poker?
Oh, that's right. He could be 18.
Is it for tournaments or just for cash?
I assume it's for both. I take it back. I don't know who he is.
Yeah, he looks vaguely familiar, but I don't know who he is.
So you guys who thought it was fixed, you were wrong. We got 2 relative unknowns added to the table. When I find out who they are, I'll pass that information forward. Matt has raised to 6,500 on the button. Jerry looks somewhat interesting. Matt's got the Queen-8 off, so very strong holdings. And Jerry's gonna shoot him up to 20,000 with 2 black kings.
He's been raising a lot from the small blind, though. So
And look at that. That's a good fold from Posey's out of the big blind there with 9s. I mean, after just a button open and a small blind 3-bet. What do you think there? You think you would have folded that easily?
I probably wouldn't have because Wong's made that bet 3 or 4
That's what I'm
times
saying.
already against whoever's been the button.
Posey's has actually played pretty flawlessly, as a matter of fact.
Pretty snug, too.
Yeah. What?
Oh, here we got a nice chip count.
There we go. So Affleck's got 57,000 apparently.
Got 19 blinds. He's got the perfect stack to reship, or he can actually open a pot without going all in. Posey somehow has accumulated 217,000.
No. Oh, Posey, yeah.
Who's Villa?
Bill is the new guy.
Wong gets kings back to back. Unbelievable.
So yeah, Wong with 2 kings again. This time on the button, which is always nice, especially when Chino's the big blind, and he's going to defend 10-4 hearts, which is why it's nice to have kings on the button when Chino's in the big blind.
But 10-4 hearts can cripple kings too if it hits the right flop.
That's not the right flop.
No.
Queen 9-6, 2 spades. Nobody's got a spade. Chino unlikely to win this hand.
I've never had the same pair of 3 hands in a row. I've had 5 in a row, like king, 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 first card, king.
Right.
Is my record. But
So Jerry just takes that down on the flop, which makes sense.
he's going for the all-time record here.
What do you think? You think he's going to get kings again, Alan?
No.
No. What odds you give me on him having kings here?
A few hundred to 1.
A few hundred to 1. All right. I don't take comps, though. Only cash. Still got 1 empty seat at the table.
Do you believe it's more likely to get kings if you haven't had kings like the last hundreds of hands, or it all resets every hand?
I am 100% confident that no, it is not more likely.
People think that.
Well, people are wrong. We'll be nice and just say that they're wrong. Those are the same people that think because it came up red 14 times around the roulette wheel that it's got to come up black the next time. But we both know that that's not true. So a stop out raises to 9,000 with king jack off.
It's a pretty big raise at this level.
What are we playing, 3,000?
Yeah, 3x raise.
So we 3x's. Chino looks like he is going to take that pretty big raise and make a pretty big re-raise. He makes it 30,000.
That's pretty much an all-in because if he calls, he's committed to the hand.
Correct. Chino's got 8s.
It's a good re-raise.
Yeah.
So
I think a stop out is going to have to fold here.
yeah, he's either going to fold or go all in. Which,
Well, yes.
Folding is.
Folding is correct.
Now, by raising 9,000 instead of like 65 or 7,000, he wasted an extra 2,500 chips. That's the theory of betting smaller.
There are arguments for making it bigger, though. In this spot,
Right.
obviously, it doesn't work out. But someone's not always going to wake up with a hand that they're going to be able to 3-bet you with.
The theory is if you can get the same result betting like 7,000, why would you bet 9,000?
Right. But like we were saying earlier,
Yeah.
people are defending a lot wider, so people have been opening a little bit bigger. So there are, I'm sure, situations where someone would fold to 9 that they would have called 7.
Yeah, that happened to me earlier today. Guy opened for 6,000 on the first level. We came back. What were we playing? 6 and 1,200. He opened at 6,000.
What'd you have?
I had like a small pair. I folded.
Right. So there you go.
Yeah.
If you open to, 3,000,
I would've
2,800,
probably
you
would've
probably call.
Yeah.
So there is logic to it. So Jerry makes it 6,000 with 6-8 suited. I love that hand. What do you think about 6-8 suited? You ever play that hand, Alan?
Yeah, it's a good hand.
It's a good hand. And he
Yeah.
gets called by King Jack of Mr. Right. And Chino, I assume, is still in the hand. Maybe. They say he is. Yeah, he is, but we don't know what he has.
I would check at least 2 streets. with
King
this
Jack
hand.
Jack from Mr. Right. So that's called Yahtzee.
That's a good. Oh, that was a good card to check. He might have gotten some action, but he might get some action anyway.
8 on the turn. Jerry makes a pair.
Yeah, that was another good card to check. I would check 2 streets with that hand.
But he's going to take it down with a pretty strong hand.
Yeah. They use go two ways. Yeah, Chino. Tell that to somebody else. Remember, I know you.
So does everybody else. Everyone else knows I didn't fold 2 ways.
Having some players like man.
The one at Borgata, we were playing down to 45 spots, and we played the same, almost the identical levels as this. And what happened was we got to level 20,
Okay.
and we were like 7 from the money. They made people come back the third day to get. So this is probably going to be very late tonight before they get to the money. It's very similar structure.
Yeah, deep structure. It's a good structure.
But I like playing to the money if you're that close. On the look at this. He's got ace queen with a middle stack.
So Villa with ace queen. Glance raised to 7,000 with king jack. Jerry calls with jack 10 suited. And Villa's going to re-raise. Matt snap folds. I don't know what Villa made it. I think he made it like 29,000. So he made a significant 3-bet here.
That hand flops really well, but it's
Jack 10's a sexy hand, Alan.
Yeah.
Jack 10 suited.
It's a lot of chips to put in pre-flop.
Jerry's got a nice stack, though. No, this isn't the final table. This is just a feature table. We're nowhere even near the money. And Jerry's not going to fold. Jack 10 is a hand that, you know, and if he sees ace queen off, he's always calling there. And Mr. Wright here, whose cards we do not see, sitting on a stack of about 84,000, has to call 22 more. I don't think he's going to call here. He might shove. I have no idea what he has, but I don't think a call is going to happen.
Well, he does shove. How much is that?
Like I said, it's either going to be a shove or a fold. And he shoves 91,000. So Jerry's sick to his stomach that he put in that 22,000 when he could have gotten off cheaper. And Villa's got to be. I mean, ace queen shrinks up in that spot, doesn't it, Alan?
Right, but the problem is he called and now he's going all in after he called the original raise. It's kind of.
I think he's got a middle
spot.
pair. What do you think, Alan? He's got like nines.
Yeah, I think based on the action, I don't see how you could fold the ace queen here.
And I think Villa is announced all in with ace queen.
I mean, he's not going to do that with aces.
And he's got tens, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So I those were my guess. Nines or tens would have made sense.
Yeah.
So we got a pretty big flip here. I mean, 91,000 was the all in.
The problem is one of his tens is already dead. So.
Yeah, he doesn't know that.
And there's the last 10.
How about that 10? Is that 10 dead? We're gonna need running cards for ace queen. Oh, there's one of them.
Oh, he's got the diamond.
He's got
draw.
the diamond draw. And that. Oh my lord.
Oh, he went and celebrated too fast.
Wow. Mr. Wright did not realize that he had been four flushed on the river there. So that's painful.
225,000.
That's a painful one. And he's gonna be eliminated.
He was doing the early celebration there.
I don't think he realized that he had any outs. But in fact, he went runner flush.
Yeah, he had runner flush or runner straight.
It's a tough way to lose, huh, Alan? Has that ever happened to you?
Many times.
I believe it.
It's around a 25 to 1 shot usually.
I believe it. Never happened to me. I run too good. I never get beat like that.
Wow, he hit the case 10, which actually would have done better not to hit the case 10.
Correct. Well, no, the ace came.
Yeah, he couldn't win the hand.
Yeah, he needed the case 10.
Wow, he was like just gloating over the fact that he won the hand.
I mean, I don't know if it was gloating as much as it was just some genuine excitement. But yeah, tough exit. So the two new guys who got moved to the table end up playing an all-in pot against each other.
Yeah, actually, if that hand had played out any other way, he probably wins the pot.
Yes.
Because he's going to.
But he played it fine. I don't mind calling and then shipping over the 3-bet in the call.
He's going to be against Jerry Wong on the flop. Jerry Wong's going to flop top pair with the 10.
Yeah.
The other guy's going to fold the ace queen on the flop with no outs, and he's going to win a big pot.
Yeah. So we got an all-in from Affleck with sevens after Chino opened with Jack 10.
My exact prediction from earlier. I said
it is.
Wait to.
You think Chino's going to call? No.
Yeah, that was
discipline. Chino playing some disciplined poker today.
Yeah, I would continue to wait for that exact spot.
You would have gotten it working with the sevens there on his stack?
Yeah, I'm only against Chino. I mean, not against anybody else. But especially late position, he's opening and.
You wouldn't shove on Mac Lance there?
Not if he raised under the gun, no.
Okay.
I just keep waiting for that same spot. I wonder if they're trying to get the hands on the break that people are playing. Oh, are they showing the hand on delay in the room there where they
I
are?
have no idea.
You want to hear if you can't see the cards. You know you hit it.
Oh, for sure.
For some reason, we never get to see Villa's cards. Oh, there it is, Queen 3.
So raised to 6,500 by Vio with the Queen 3, and Matt's going to call out of the big blind with 6-7. And that is a flop that is going to touch no one. Jack, Jack, 10, 2 hearts. Nobody has a heart. Nobody has anything.
Lance
Lance is
may
out
take a
of
stab at
position.
this.
Goes check, check. 9 of hearts on the turn, so Via picks up a straight draw. There's 3 hearts out there,
Yeah, but Lance likes to stab at these kind of hands, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he bets.
and he does. Alan knows his player. He bets, I think, 9,000. And Via's going to give it up.
Yeah, he likes to bet those kind of hands.
Yeah, well, stick with what works, right? So Matt didn't get hit with the deck that time, but he played it well. As you can see, there's 36 minutes left here on level 15. We're on a 30-minute delay, but you're live with us on the radio, on the Twitch stream or whatever we're on. I wish this was televised, just our booth here, just so you guys could see the pretty face next to me. He's got a face for TV. So Chino opens to 7,000 with a couple of red 5s. We're on Via now, who has one of his 5s and an under. Folds. Stop out.
Might get through.
Lance felt. And Jerry's got 6-7 off in the big, and I think he is going to call.
That's the same
Yeah.
hand that
Yeah.
Matt just defended.
Jerry likes to defend. There's nothing wrong with defending 6-7 on his stack. Chino wants to see a 5. Instead, he sees King Jack 6 with 2 clubs. So Jerry makes bottom pair, which is good, but neither of them can love that flop. Chino c-bets, and Jerry folds. So
Yeah, I might have seen one more street with that hand.
with Jerry's hand.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because Chino's going to see bet 100%. So
Interesting. So Alan, a little upset with Jerry Wong's nittiness there. Who'd have thought it?
yeah, I mean, if you're going to play 6-7 and you hit a pair, the odds are your opponent didn't hit a pair 70% of the time.
Well, people play Kings and Jacks, though, a lot. Those are in a lot of people's ranges.
Yeah, but you're playing against Chino, who's opening like 60% of the hands.
Yeah. It's fair. You heard it first here, guys. Alan would have called with bottom pair.
I might have.
He might have.
I would have snap folded that.
He
fast.
would have tried to get a live read.
He see bets 100% of flops. So
Not 100. But close. So Via's going to open the action out of the hijack with 4-6 of diamonds. That's a Jaffe hand. And he makes it 6,500. And Jerry now, another big hand. Ace-King off.
but he's had big hands in the small,
small
blind,
blind.
multiple times.
Small blind and button have been
Yeah.
good spots for Jerry. And Jerry's not going to call. He's going to raise. He's going to make it 20,000. And
He doesn't know this either that he's
no,
raising.
Via's new to the table.
Yeah.
But he's just going to concede. I hate conceding in that spot. I'm wrong, but I hate it. I love to see flops with those hands. What about
Yeah,
you, Alan?
he's got almost 300,000 chips too. He could have seen a flop if he really wanted to. If I had known the dynamic from
Right.
before, I might have called there, but he doesn't know that either. So, but he's always had the hand too. So,
Chainsaw, the people want to know, are you single right now?
of course, I'm single.
Of course. Ready to mingle?
I don't know. Everybody, look up Brandy on my Facebook. She stunning lady.
What's going on with Brandy?
I know she invited me out to dinner the other night on Facebook.
Come on.
I'll show you the picture.
Let me see. And did you accept?
Wait, I'll hold on.
Come on. The world needs to know. Did you accept?
Of course. Well, we've gone out to dinner a few times.
Oh,
already.
okay.
Let me see if I.
Who's paying?
I always pay.
What a gentleman. You heard it here, guys. Alan, very chivalrous.
But you gentlemen are both welcome to join us next time.
Let me see this picture of Brandy.
I'm gonna try. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong thing. Hold on.
Alan's on his phone right now. He's going into Facebook. Gonna show me this lovely Brandy. Maybe she's listening right now. Hope so. If you're listening, Brandy, please get in the chat. I want to talk.
Hold on. Why is it giving me this? There she is.
Let me see. Wow. Brandy is very attractive. Where does she live?
Colorado. But she spends a lot of time in Vegas.
Really? So Alan is a ladies' man. So she's your number one right now. She's not Asian, though.
She's very nice.
She's not Asian,
No.
which means that she's even nicer.
Look what she said yesterday.
What'd she say to you? Come on. This one?
Yeah.
She likes Ray Davis more than you?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know about that. I don't like that. Don't cheat on Alan. Alan's looking for love. So where are you going to go to dinner?
Today?
With Brandy, what's the plan?
I always take her to the M Resort because I have unlimited comps there.
You know what I think you should do? Take her someplace where you don't have comps. That'll show her something. You know? Let her see you take your credit card out or some cash. Or here's something better. You have a nice house in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you invite her over?
My house is a disaster.
Come on, cook her a meal.
My house is
That would
a
be
disaster.
that. So you get it cleaned. Go have a cleaning person. You're a hoarder, aren't you, Alan?
Yeah. A lot of mail and
Of
trash.
course. Of course. Bad Beat Slayer in the chat. What a gentleman. So Glance calls out of the hijack with ace-9 of diamonds, and of course he hits a flush draw. We can't see Chino's cards as usual, but he bets 15,000 from the small blind. Matt calls. So Matt must have opened the pot. The graphics are all wrong. Help. Somebody help. So Glance now turns a pair. Chino's got 2 sevens.
It's a pretty good pretty good board for Matt Clance here.
Yeah, it's always a good board for Matt Glance. It's a good world for Matt Glance. So Chino bets again. Don't pay attention to the graphics here. They're all crazy. They're wacky, but Chino's... That's the 8 of hearts. Now, if he fires again here, this could work.
Yeah, this is a tough call with
This
just
is
a pair
going to
of
be a
nines.
tough call for Glance, but Glance obviously and Chino have a dynamic. They've played together many times before, so we'll see how that factors in.
Oh, Posey's is still in with the third deuce? I didn't even notice that.
Oh, wow. Where have we been?
No, he doesn't have any cards.
No,
though.
of course not. It's just the two of them. And Chino checks, and Matt's going to take down the pot
Well,
with the
Posey's
ace-9.
must be killing himself there.
Yeah, he should have played that 10 deuce off just like you would have, Alan, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I would have loved to have seen Chino fire that river. I mean, obviously, I'm looking at the hands. I just would have loved to seen it because I'm curious whether or not Matt would have looked him up. Bad Beat Slayer, Luke Vrabel says that he wants to take you under his wing, Alan, and teach you how to find the women. You interested?
Wasn't he married to that Russian poker player for a while?
No, he wasn't married to her. He was married, but not to her.
Oh, he wasn't?
No.
What's her name? Svetlana.
Yes, they were not married.
Not married. But they were a couple for a while?
I think so. This was many moons ago.
We had a big run-in on the USPC.
Who did?
Me and Svetlana.
Really?
But since then, we're kind of chummy.
You've
so.
reconciled.
Yes.
You've put it behind you.
Yes. She's very friendly with me now.
Well, that's good to know. Everybody should be friendly to Alan. Alan's a great man.
Where's the 7 of diamonds one time?
That would have been a good card for you.
Matty, I would have taken any 7, I won't lie.
Wow, Matt is just a blessed poker player.
Yes. He's a blessed individual. He's
Yeah, I
blessed
mean-
in life. He's blessed in poker.
Somehow the deuce folded. He got the sevens to make 2 bets, and then somehow the sevens checked the river, and he gets a free look at the free pot with a second pair.
So Matt's got the ace-6 here. He's going to toss it aside. Chino's going to open his button, which we're not surprised, right, Alan?
Yeah. So no, if I were
King 3 of clubs for Chino. He makes it 7,000.
Matt
And Matt,
Affleck here, I would shove any ace or better.
well, Matt had 9-10, so he didn't shove that. And it looks like Chino's going to steal the blinds and antes. You know? Chinoing.
50K, way too much. Just call pre-flop, call the flop, hold the turn.
So there you see the board again. Somehow a player just got added to the board. We were down to 126. Now we're up to
50 for
127.
the money now.
50 from the money. It'll get to the money tonight, right, Alan?
Yeah, I think so. The problem was that at Borgata they paid like 8%, so it took a while.
Tell me, Alan, what would you say? How many autograph requests have you gotten in poker?
I've gotten none this trip, but I get one occasionally.
Yeah?
Pictures more often than autographs.
Are you always open to taking pictures and signing autographs?
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah. You're great for the game. I've been saying that for years now. Alan is great for the game. He looks out for the players, looks out for the integrity of the game. He's always trying to make sure that everyone knows which venues are treating us fairly.
I'm very pleased with the Seminole Hard Rock.
I mean, Seminole Hard Rock's is as good a property as we got going these days.
Wow, this
right?
could be a huge pot.
So Glance has ace king. He raises to 7K. And what's the other hand? Chino.
Mystery hand.
Chino's mystery. He 3-bets to 21-5. It would be really nice if Chino showed us his cards every now and again.
Are they using these things here? These or that's just for show? I think
No,
it's-
you're supposed to put it over that little.
but they don't have the
discolor.
cameras anymore.
No, it's not the cameras. You put it,
Yeah.
those little discolorations on the table.
Yeah.
You put the cards there.
Wow, he's going to put in the huge 3-bet, right?
Wow. So Glance is and Chino snap mucks. So one could assume that Chino was light there with his 3-bet.
The problem is with that hand, if you get called with the ace king, you're in a really bad spot post flop most of the time. Once you 3-bet it.
Not if it comes 10 Jack Queen.
Yeah.
Just call that hand, though, either.
So for those of you out there who are asking, if you see Alan, he'll be more than happy to take a picture with you or give you an autograph. I would sell them on eBay if I were you guys.
Somehow see a
Good money on those.
Such a tough spot when you 3-bet somebody with ace king and then they call you and then you're out of position the rest of the hand and you miss the flop.
It's tough. See a lot of people lose their minds with that hand.
Yeah.
A lot of dusty cards in this hand.
This might be it for Matt Affleck.
He's just going to raise. I think he makes it 7,500. I thought I heard him say.
Who's the new player here?
Mr. Christensen. I'm not familiar with him.
What happened to their theory on Twitch that we're going to get all these known
Yeah,
players?
ever since then, we've just gotten some obscure players. So, he did make it 7,500, and Villa's going to come along and call with the king 10 off.
A lot of times when somebody has a short stack and they raise, they have a really strong hand.
So Affleck has queen 10 of hearts, and that's a good flop for his hand. Unfortunately for him, Villa flops pretty much nothing. So Affleck flops 3 queens.
I would never ever bet there with a short stack like that.
I think you have to bet because you're just going to assume if you're Villa or anybody else that he's going to see bet all the time there. So
He's got to have a dream card like a jack come off the turn.
how
Or
about
the
that?
King.
That's a pretty
Perfect.
good card
Yeah, he's going to
for Affleck.
he's going to double through now.
See, now would be a good time with his stack to check, I think.
Yeah, he can induce an all in here.
I think that now would be a good time to check. But he's going to bet small. I think 10,000 maybe. Is that right?
He got really lucky that his opponent happens to have a king here.
Yeah, 15,000 he bet. Villa's not folding, obviously.
Yeah, he's going to call on the flop with king 10 and hit a king.
Yeah. So Affleck's going to need to fade a king on the river here. That would be an unfortunate card for him.
And he's got just enough to make an all-in bet here.
And there it is. It's a 4. Villa's going to check, obviously. And Affleck, I would assume, is going to bet the rest of his chips, which is about maybe 35,000-ish, if I'm eyeing it out right. He goes all in. And this is a tough call for Villa because, like, at this point, after he's
What does he
called
beat?
twice, it's unlikely, you know, basically Matt's either got air here or he's got a queen or you know, a better king, probably. So this is not an easy call for Villa. It's probably a fold, honestly. Would you agree with that, Alan?
Yeah, unless you're playing somebody like Tom Marchese, who did the same thing with Deuce 4 before. He called?
He did call. And Matt's going to be excited to know that he's doubled up here. So Villa peels on the flop with king high, and he turns his gin card, but what he doesn't know is that it
If you think
It's
about
gonna
it,
cost him
he
all the
beats
chips.
nothing but just complete
yeah,
air
well,
bluffs.
that's why I said
Yeah.
it's going to be tough for him to call here, but he calls anyway. So Affleck doubles,
Yeah, he's got 100,000 now.
and he's up to 150,000, 50 big blinds. Estapo's the short stack with 53,000. So we got a pretty good stacks at this table. We've got all but one player over 50 bigs, and a lot of players hovering in the 65 to 90 big blind range. Matt leading with 129 bigs.
Couldn't help myself.
It was not good timing.
Definitely was bad timing. Certainly was bad timing.
Happened to have it.
Looks like Matt's going to open under the gun here. Matt makes it 7K under the gun. King, queen off.
Tamed them.
We want to make sure we make
Chino calls, I believe. Looked like Chino called. Chino calls with Jack 10.
I thought for sure that Chino was like
Jack 10 will be a good flop.
a good spot.
Yeah. And then we've got Mr. Smith here, who's just been added to the table. That's not him in the picture in the graphic. And he's got 2-9, so he's going to just call. And it comes ace-7-4, a flop for nobody. So Smith leads with the 9s, but I'm willing to bet he doesn't win this hand. What do you think, Alan? You think Smith's going to win this hand? Chino bets 15,000.
No, Chino called Mac Lance for 15,000.
Oh, Chino called. I didn't see Matt's bet.
Yeah, he's just floating here.
Chino's floating. And Smith folds. And then there's the queen, which Matt's probably going to check now, I would assume. Chino picks up a straight draw. But Matt checked. And Chino bets.
Unless he puts Chino on exactly an ace, that was a good card for him. So
Yeah. I mean, Matt checked to call there, I would assume.
he threw out the chips like with a real forceful throw out, and that's usually like people say it's the opposite.
Wow, it looks like Matt's going to give it up.
You wait to see what
Yep, he's giving it up.
Wow, the float works.
You're not gonna like
It
what I'm
does.
putting the pot with. I gotta just do a lot of shit, man, just to get some chips back. There's steam coming out of every orifice of my body right now.
So Chino takes that one down. Matt turns his queen. Chino turns his gutter ball. And
I might have had it.
the aggressive player wins the pot. The passive player loses the pot. You got to respect Chino's. Chino's got a lot of heart,
But I could have made
right?
Yeah, I mean he played the hand on the flop just for that scenario.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a good card, too, because he knows he picks up a little equity with it, too.
I'm pretty sure I'm happy with the pot right now. You guys see it? For 18 minutes. Like it's gonna go down.
Our man Posties hasn't played a hand in a while, but when he plays, he usually wins. Chino makes it 7,000 with ace-4, opens the pot. And no takers yet. Glances in the big blind.
Give him garbage.
He's going to fold. So Chino's going to scoop up the blinds and antes. 2 pots in a row for Chino.
And win the bet.
He's smiling. He's talking. He's having a good time.
I'm not greedy or selective. I'll take it.
I'm not. I can't tell you if Chino's broke. I'm not his accountant, but tell you what Chino does have, and that's credit. He'll always be able to play this game. People, whether he's rich or whether he's poor, he'll always be in the game. So,
That's what I had. I had
God bless him.
no business being in that fucking
Is that ace king? No big deal. I think it was suited, but I didn't care. Chino, could you bet what's the difference?
No shit. You're right.
Just take it all. Might even suited, I don't know. Just take it all, right? How'd Matt get so many chips?
Raise 75.
Just one guy, right?
It's probably about Chino.
I think the graphic is wrong. I think Chino folded and Affleck raised.
We got an all-in from the short stack, Estapo. And, yeah, Affleck had opened the 75, and he has ace-king, so he calls. And we're going to find out what Estapo shoved this 50,000 with soon, I would hope. Oh, they both have ace-king. And
Somebody's got a club free roll.
backdoor clubs for Affleck. There's one and not two. They should just deal out 6th Street and see if anybody makes a flush since they're both one card away. So they're gonna chop it up. Boring, boring, boring.
Do you hear about that game they have at the Bellagio where you can get your equity out of the pot at any time or something?
I think that's at the Aria.
Is it at the Aria?
Protection poker or something like that?
Yeah.
I think that's at the Aria.
I heard it was at Bellagio.
Might be at both. I definitely saw it at the Aria.
So
I think that's Mike Sexton's thing.
do they have like a hand calculator right at the table? And
I honestly don't know.
do they know the folded cards and all that?
I have no idea. That's not a game you'd see me in. I think that's a game that you might be interested in.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
That's a good found amount of money.
Unfortunately, Alan, the Jets are now tied 10-10. So things are crashing and burning quickly for the Jets. So we got Via opening the 6,500 with deuces. And Jerry's going to call out of the small blind with Jack 10 of hearts. And our boy Posies is going to see a flop with ace-5 off in the big blind. And Jerry flops an open-ender. Nobody else flops much. Let's see if Via continues. He doesn't. I think that's a good check. And the board pairs king, so
Wow, deuces look pretty good right now.
deuces are ahead, but you can't feel too confident with deuces on this board. Tell you what, I'd like to see Posies take a stab at this pot.
Yeah, he's
since-
got a lot of respect at the table. Anytime
Yeah.
he's bet, people just
I mean, obviously,
insta-fold.
he's gonna win the pot a lot of times when he bets, when people are showing a lack of aggression themselves. And yep, that's exactly what happened.
No, Wong.
No, Wong bet. The
Wong bet the
graphics wrong.
open-ender.
Yeah, the graphics are wrong. It was Wong who bet the turn, and he takes the pot down. Listen to me and Alan. Don't read the graphics. We'll tell you what's going on.
Yeah, Posies has not stepped out of line on any hand, so if he ever bets, people just assume he's going to have it.
Yeah. Alan, what's your favorite sport to watch?
I like to watch football. I used to watch the Phillies a lot, but I lost track of, since I moved to Vegas, I lost track of it.
Gotcha. You gonna go to any of those New Vegas hockey games when they come into town?
No, what is it called, the Gold Knights or something?
I believe so. Nice to get a team out there.
Are you allowed to bet on that team in Vegas or not?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I would think no, but I really don't know. I mean, you could bet UNLV games in Vegas, so maybe you can. So Via opens the pot here with queens to 6,500, and Chino's in the big blind, so that's good news for Via. And he's going to call with deuce 3 of hearts. which is a slight dog.
There's a 3. Oh, he's definitely now.
See, Chino's never folding the flop.
Right,
And
this
he's
is what
probably
happened
not
earlier.
folding the turn.
This is what happened earlier when Wong hit bottom pair. He just
Yeah.
instant folded, but Chino sees another street.
Chino calls quickly on the
A
flop.
5 would be an interesting card. Or a
So
deuce.
will deuce. So Chino hits a gin card on the turn for bottom 2, which on this board is safe quite often. And Villa obviously has to like his hand a lot. He's going to bet 16,000, and I would assume that Chino's going to raise here.
Yeah, this is exactly the same scenario that Wong folded, where he had flop bottom pair.
I'd like to see Chino maybe make this around, I don't know, 42,000, 43,000. What do you think, Alan?
He's definitely raising because he doesn't want to see like a 5 come off. for
Right, he
example.
does raise, and he makes it
35, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like 35. I would have gone a little bigger,
Yeah,
just
it's
because there's so
barely
many
a min-raise.
there's so many bad cards, and
Yeah, spade could come off, a 5.
basically, if he has a calling hand, he's going to call more. He's pretty sure he's got the best hand here. So yeah, so he calls the 35, and Chino's hoping the board doesn't pair with a 10 or a 4. And there's the 9. That's
That's
a
a very
good,
safe card.
That's a very safe card for both players, really.
Yeah.
I mean, Chino could have 10-9 here, according to you know. From
It's pretty
Villa's
obvious from
perspective.
Chino's standpoint that his opponent has an overpair. So I would go on the bigger side betting here, like 40
Yeah,
or
there's
50,000.
There's just over 100 in the pot.
I would bet at least 50 or 60.
I would bet like 60,000.
Yeah, let's see what he bet.
Looks like he bet at least 60,000. He might have bet 65. Yep, 65,000.
bet.
And that's not what you want to see if you're Villa. That's a tough spot. And I do not think he's folding too often here. The good, I mean, 5-6 got there on the turn when he raised.
He
5-6
could have a hand like ace-5 suited.
Yeah, ace-5, 5-6, hands like that are in Chino's range. But it's tough to fold an overpair on a board like this to Chino. Which when, you know.
But if you play with Chino a lot, he very rarely bluffs river with complete garbage. He always has it.
But I'm assuming that this guy has not played a lot with
Yeah.
Chino. He's just kind of knows about Chino.
Chino knows where he's at. He doesn't just give off
Yeah.
chips at the end
We-
like this. He knows his opponent has an overpair, so
Yeah.
he's just going for
Chino
value.
knows. I was saying the other day, me and Chino were deep in a Hard Rock tournament last year, the one he won, and he made an excellent laydown to me that like nobody ever makes, and he knew my hand.
Look how confident he is. He's just sitting back in his chair.
Yeah. To be fair, Chino acts like that always. If Chino were bluffing, he'd be acting the same way.
He knows his exact
And he gets
hand.
called.
Yeah.
He gets called. So Chino played that perfectly. I might have made it a little bigger on the turn, which would have gotten me a little bit more on the river, but Chino played the hand great. I mean, obviously he got
And that
lucky.
basically crippled Villa down to like just scraps. over
Chino
there.
gets lucky, but I mean, it's just a tough spot for Villa to be in.
Yeah, his hand basically played face up that he had an overpair.
Yeah. And Chino knows that, so, you know, he knows Chino's, you know, capable of trying to bluff him off a big hand, knowing, you know, it's a tough call. But again, like you said, Chino is not really known for just blasting, blasting bluffs on the river as often as some people may think.
Another
So Chino
player-
now the chip leader at the table. He's got more than Glance now by about 4 bigs.
Another player just like that, Gavin Smith. He's never going to put the money in bad at the end in that kind of a spot.
Yeah,
Yeah, he plays really well after the flop.
yeah.
That's like a big hero call there with queens. He doesn't beat much.
No. And that's another example of Chino's image,
Yeah.
you know, getting him paid off. So we have an open here by a stop out of 6,500, and our new player, Mr. Smith here, calls with Jack 10 suited. And looks like Affleck's thinking about his option from the small blind here. And he's gonna call also. Oh, is he in the big blind? He was in the big blind, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's got the best hand.
Yeah, he's got ace-5 suited. So we're 3 to the flop. Posies is not in this hand.
Everybody bricked.
There's been a lot of that. There's been a lot of 3 to the flop, 4 to the flop where everybody bricks.
If he makes a continuation bet here, he might get it all the way through. But it's a tough tough board to continuation bet when there's two kings out there. He's trying to think if he wants to do it or not.
Yep.
He doesn't have that many chips left.
I mean, yeah, his stack is, you know, it's not good right now. It's a tough spot. So it's going to check around. Actually, Posey's might be in this hand. He is. He called the 8-3 of diamonds on the button.
That's a great card for Matt Affleck.
Not a bad card for Smith either. Smith turns the open ender. Affleck bets out after he turns the nut flush draw. And the question is here, is Smith going to call? And he is. He's going to call 15,000.
I don't like that call.
No, I don't like it either.
Because he's got to fade. He's got to hit perfect.
Yeah.
He's got to fade the possible flush. He's got
Yeah.
and his hand doesn't have any high card value.
Everybody misses the river.
If Affleck checks here, the only way that Smith can win is to make a huge river bet here. He's representing really, really strength here.
Well,
Affleck
no.
may
Any
give up.
bet would work for Smith. Affleck's not calling if he checks, but he's not
Wow, he's
checking.
going to put out like a 40,000 chip bet. Nice bet by Affleck here.
Yeah, 42,000 maybe, or 37. 37, and it's going to be a quick call, a quick fold from Smith.
Just shows you the value of checking behind with a king there. If you actually did have the king,
Yeah, you're getting paid off.
yeah, you're getting a huge amount of chips there. Affleck was down to almost nothing. Now he's got probably mid-hundreds. Nice bet, though.
Hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. I'm having fun. Alan's can barely contain himself. He's having such a good time. He's stretching right now. Missing football for this, you guys.
Stop out's down to like 15 blinds. I'm surprised if he opens anymore.
He's got about 44,000.
Yeah, he's going to open
But
again.
he's opening. 6,500.
He's relentless on that.
We don't know his cards. I would love to see him.
He's going to get looked up by the suited ace again.
Yeah, so Christensen's going to play his first hand, I believe, since he's gotten to the table with ace-4 of hearts. And he's going to hit his ace and then his brother, and he's going to have 3 of them. This would be a good time for our stop-out to have a nice ace in his hand, because he would get all his chips in and he would get a call. Yeah, the optic there says the stop out is 95,000, but he does not. He has about 45,000, 47,000 maybe.
There's no point never raising on this flop.
No, Alan is correct.
If you raise, your opponent plays the hand perfectly.
And he Christensen plays the Alan Kessler perfect poker and just calls. And that's a 5 of clubs, so unlikely that card helps anyone.
Basically, right now, Christensen is going to commit whatever chips he has left to the hand. He's never folding. So.
Well, Christensen has him covered.
And he doesn't have 88,000 either.
He's got about 36,000.
Yeah, he's got 7 yellow
30,
chips.
31 or 36, I can't see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, it's going to go check, and then the 3 on the river
I'd make a
brings the spades.
I'd make a tiny bet here, like half the pot bet. You can't just check again. So I would go for some half pot bet, something like that.
What do you think's calling him, though? The flush draw got there.
Yeah, he's going to bet half pot.
I mean, the only thing you could hope for is that the stop out's got jacks, queens, or kings, and he's going to and hope that he has 10s.
9,000? That's like a tiny bet into that. It's like a
Yeah, I mean, he's not getting called here ever unless he's beat. Unless the stop out's got jacks, queens, or kings, and even then he's probably folding.
he may call with a 10.
I don't know.
If he goes all in, he's getting called every time. So he's thinking to himself, what could my opponent have? He could have spades.
I mean, his opponent could have pretty much everything.
Yeah.
I mean, he called out of the big blind. He could have.
I wish I knew what he had there.
Yeah, well, my guess is that he either had a pair in his hand, or
May have had a 10.
he might. No, I don't think he had a 10. Might have had a couple of pink cards.
I wonder what the official table number of this. They're showing the breaking order.
Yeah. So we're down to 119 players, Alan, about 50 or so from the money.
Yeah. As it gets close to the money, people start playing a lot slower, trying to squeak in there.
You know who will not be cashing in this event is either of us.
Yeah.
I needed it. I don't know how I'm going to pay my rent. I might have to borrow some money.
I don't have any expenses. I own my house. I own my car. I pay for landscaping once a month. That's about it.
You might be my favorite person.
All right, now he's got only about 10 blinds left, so Stoppo is probably going to be going all in the next orbit or so.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. So we've got Matt Glantz, who made it 7,000 with ace deuce of spades, and he gets called by Christensen, who we have no idea what he has.
Oh, and Chino's still in the hand.
Guys, sorry, it's tough, but we don't know what anyone has half the time. Alan, what kind of car do you drive right now?
Crappy one.
A crappy one.
Oh, somebody made a video about me commentating the PLO. The PLO that I tried to commentate had similar to this, but you could not see the cards until almost the hand was finished.
Oh, okay.
So it was very hard to commentate. Plus, I had doing the whole thing by myself with somebody like reading off the hands to me. It was very complicated to do, but I did the best I could.
I'm sure you did better than most.
It was a very, very difficult situation. But that guy, Dustin Dirksen, played really well.
Mm-hmm. So Matt has ace high here, and Christensen,
Has the Jack Link's beef jerky hand.
and so does Chino.
Oh, Chino has another hand.
Yeah, Chino just bet 30,000. Christensen's in the tank here.
Jared, you have 8 million in winnings?
What?
It's saying you have 8 million winnings and claiming that you're broke. What is this guy saying here?
Well, I don't know where.
Right at the bottom.
I don't think that's me. I definitely don't have 8 million in winnings.
Maybe they're talking about Chino.
Maybe. Chino might. I think it's got to be Chino.
Yeah, Chino might have I know he's got like 4 different $1 million scores.
Yeah, Chino's.
This is a total mystery hand.
By the way, you see this? Chino's been raised here on the river, and I think it's 30,000 to 80,000. And we have no idea what anybody has.
This guy does not look like the bluffing type.
No, Chino has a hand. I would say that Chino has a hand that he was betting for value, but now he probably can't call with it. That's my guess. But
I
what
was
do I
definitely
know?
talking about Chino. He won $8 million with other people's money.
Yeah.
So
Can't beat anything except for straight.
he might have like a pair over nines or something.
It looks like he just has a hand that he can catch a bluff with. But now he's counting out a lot of chips. I really hope at some point we get to find out what these people have in this hand. I also wish I followed the beginning of the hand a little bit more closely.
It was hard to follow because it only showed
Yeah.
the one guy's cards.
Yeah, sorry guys, it's a little tough when they're showing the wrong cards and then no cards, but we're trying. So Chino has Chino has 5, 6 of hearts. So he rivered the flush. So he makes his hand on the river, he bets out, and he gets raised. We don't know what Christensen has. So like I said, I thought Chino had a hand that he was going for value for, but it's going to be very difficult for him to call this raise.
Yeah, I mean he had a pretty strong flop. He flopped a gut shot,
Yeah.
straight flush.
So I was right on that half. I was pretty on the mark about Chino's hand. He's not going to call.
Well, he loses to every flush.
I mean, he's beating nothing but a bluff. It's very simple.
He can beat a 4.
Right, but I don't think this guy's doing this with a 4.
No, he would just call with a 4.
Right. So basically, he's either bluffing or he has the best hand, Christensen, and I am confident that Chino is going to fold here. Just sucks when you make your hand, you bet for value, and then somebody raises you. It's such a shitty feeling. But I'm confident Chino's going to find a fold here. And he will.
Well, we're not going to know what he had.
No. So Chino makes a disciplined laydown. And right or wrong, I think it's a good fold.
Somebody's saying you had ace 4 with the ace of hearts. He'd still call with that hand.
Yep.
I mean, I can find out though.
You can at least smile at him. Make him think he's full of
You want to keep me in suspense? That's fine.
You know what's good about Chino is Chino, win or lose the pot, he's still smiling. He's Chino's got a good demeanor at the table. He's fun to play with. One of my favorite people to play with. And it's been a while since we've seen Matt Glantz win a pot, huh?
Yeah, but if he's in the hand, he wins.
Yes, that's accurate.
There's no action pending. I'm not.
If he raised to get a penalty.
Right. If I raise, I'd get a penalty. I know I'm just calling.
But it would be stupid to say your hand.
How did we lose the table chatter again?
No, it's there. It's just low. There you
Oh,
go.
there it is.
We're back.
That's a bad rule. That's why Europe's up.
So Vias raises the small blind, big blind folds, and our man Estapo.
Affleck did not raise 27,000 with 6 deuce, so something is.
No, it was Villa who raised the small blind. Estapo's down to like, what has he got? Less than 10 bigs.
Yeah, he's got like 25 to 30,000.
So yeah, Villa's been pretty active at this table, but has not been winning many pots. But he's gonna steal the blinds there. So I can tell you that this time it is Matt Affleck raising. He's got ace-6 of clubs, and I think he makes it 75. He makes it 8,000. And our friend Mr. Smith there, the anonymous Mr. Smith, with a fake picture, is going to call out of the blind. We don't know his cards, but Affleck swings and misses. Something that Alan has never done at the bar with the ladies. Never. Look at him. He's nodding at me with approval.
Well, this guy at my table yesterday,
Uh-huh.
his son turned 18.
Uh-huh.
He said as soon as we bagged, he was going to find a hooker for his son as a birthday present.
Come on.
That was dead true story.
You wouldn't do that for your son at 18?
I don't think so.
No?
Ace high wins.
Looks like it.
It's pretty lucky to get to showdown with that hand.
Yeah.
You think he was, Jerry?
So he was buying his son a hooker for his 18th birthday.
Can't bet on that?
So that's a cool dad. Cool's one word to describe it, maybe. A little deranged, possibly. I like it. For the record, my dad never bought me a hooker for my birthday.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, this guy
Maybe for my 36th in February.
check raises straight when there's a flush and a full house over.
Chino has the 6-9 of diamonds, and he is going to make it 9,000. So he's gonna open it up a little bit. He's making it a little bigger than he had been making it before.
Are we on the next level, or we're still at 15-3? It might be 2-4 now.
Oh, is it? Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It
It's
is
up to
2 and
2-4. Okay, so that's just a standard raise. Glance is going to call out of the big with ace-10 of clubs, so they're gonna spar a little bit once again.
Another club, no club.
No. So Chino flops an open ender. Glance, couple backdoor draws. Chino's going to immediately c-bet. Same bet, 9,000.
You wouldn't think he'd be 60% favorite here, but he does.
And Matthew quickly folds. I think Chino is willing to get a lot of chips into the pot with that hand, if I know Chino. He was going to war.
Yeah, but you know you gotta call a big bet. Calling these 50,000 on the middle pair.
If I call the turn, I was calling the river.
Yeah, I know.
It was like a 1K value, but whatever.
And if a king comes, a little light.
Yeah. Max like 1.5 times your value for mid cash and stuff. I know there was a lot of
And yes, that is Jerry Wong from this year's November 9.
It's a pretty nice hand on the button.
Steam Pipe, it's not Zoe or the Massies, it's Zoe and the Massies. We all love each other very much. So yeah, so King Jack on the button for the anonymous Mr. Smith.
And the trend that I talked about earlier is definitely continuing. People are defending almost 100% of big blinds.
Yeah. We've seen that out of Jerry. Jerry defends his big blind very often. So again, we have a flop that helps nobody. And if the flop doesn't help anyone, the turn's not going to help anyone. It brings the third 8. Check, check. And there's the queen for Jerry, making a nice
I
full
think I would
house
bet
on
the
the
king
river.
high on the turn there.
Yeah, well,
But he winds up giving away a full.
Jerry's going to bet the river, and I think Mr. Smith is going to fold his king high. He might feel like being a hero, though. It won't work. But I still think he's going to fold.
He was better off betting the same 15,000 on the turn than calling off on the river.
Correct. Although it was pretty unfortunate for him that Jerry happened to hit that queen on the river. And he calls him with king high, and Jerry's going to win the pot. And Mr. Smith is not going to be thrilled.
That was actually a lot of chips for him. He's They only got 120 some thousand.
No, he's got about 140, I think, still. But yeah, it's tough. So yeah, Wong back up over 50 big blinds. Chino's got 100 big blinds even after that hand that he had to fold the river on. And Villa down to 12 big blinds. Estapa with 19.
Chino's stack did not look like it was 400,000.
I'm just going by what they're showing
Look,
me.
does that look like 400,000? No.
No. Looks like closer to 300,000.
Yeah, maybe 270, 280, something like that.
No, it should be. It should be at least 300. So Affleck's got 9s, and he's going to open the pot here to. It's either 85 or 9,000.
Wow.
It says 10, and this is going to be a big. This is going to be an all-in.
I don't know about an all-in because
You don't think
Affleck's
Matt-
been playing pretty snug.
I think Affleck's going to shove. What's his stack? Oh, he has 128,000. I still think
He's
he's
got
gonna-
almost 50 blinds to start.
Yeah. So 3-bet to 27,000 out of Christensen. If that's right, that Affleck bet 10,000. I thought it was less, but could be wrong. And Jerry Wong is not so quick to fold the small blind here. He looks like he has some interest in this pot, Alan.
I think Affleck may just call here if it gets to him.
Did you get any bounties?
And Jerry's not going anywhere. Jerry's going to put in the Cole 4-bet here.
He's had some big hands in the small blind, so
He has.
I wish we could see his cards, but we have no idea.
Jerry's putting in the Cole 4 here.
It's unlikely he has kings or aces with the other king ace out. But
That's going to get Affleck out of here. So Jerry makes it 70,000, I believe. It's either 60 or 70. It looks like 70. And this is a weird spot for Christensen with ace king suited. It says he started the hand with about 195,000, but I don't
No,
think
he's
that's
got
right.
almost
No, he's got 300,000 there. I think you have to peel here. He's in position. I think you just have to call here. What do you think, Alan?
when you have ace king, it's unlikely your opponent has
Wow.
aces or kings.
He just folds. So that's a big laydown there from Christensen. I would love to see what Jerry Wong had, but apparently they don't care what I would love. But yeah,
So you're saying once they put the cards over the little color area in front of them?
that's what it's supposed to be. Yeah, I would have loved to see. If I'm Christensen, I'm seeing a flop there in position with his stack.
Yeah, you have to put in about a third of his chips to see the
Well,
flop.
I mean, he made it 29,000, and I believe it was 70.
Yeah, so about 50 more. 40 more.
Yeah, I think you have to call there.
The first box is all large. That box, yeah. That box is mixed.
So we've got Christensen opening to 10,000 with King Jack suited, and Villa has queens. Did he just flat there?
Yeah, I think he flatted because he's only got a little bit. He's trying to get
Yeah.
some more value out of it.
Yeah.
He's only got like,
So he flats with the queens. It's up to Chino in the big blind. He must have had
yeah, he's got nothing behind.
almost nothing.
He's
Well,
got
no,
about 35,000 behind.
no, he's got more than that. He's got about 45,000. And that's not the flop that Villa was hoping for, but he's still not folding at any point in this hand. So Christensen checks his king, jack, and I would assume V is gonna. No, V is gonna bet here. I would be checking. What do you think, Alan? Would you bet here?
It's a tough spot, but
I think I'm betting. I mean, I think I'm checking because, I mean, you may as well give him a chance to bluff because he's not folding if you're beat.
yeah, he's checking an ace for sure on that flop.
Yeah.
He won the bare minimum on that hand.
Yeah, you gotta check there. You gotta check.
He might have gotten paid on a 3-bet there with king jack suited if he 3-bet pre-flop.
Yeah.
He might have gotten a full double.
Yeah, I think that I might have played that hand a little bit differently if I was Via.
Yeah, your opponent has 300,000 and you're making it like 40-something thousand. I think they're going to call you almost every time with king jack suited.
Yeah, and Via's been active too. It's not like he's
Yeah.
been sitting there. So, alas, we're on to the next hand.
Maddie just comes and just plays good.
He was trying. I guess he was trying to induce somebody else to raise behind, but it didn't work.
Yeah. I'm more. Looks like we have an all in there from a stop out, and he's got kings. I was more upset with the bet on the
I
flop.
definitely don't like this hand. He's got like almost 25 to 30 blinds. He's going to go all in with kings and get no action.
Looks like Affleck has somewhat of a decision, but no, he doesn't. He has jack 3 suited. He's hot dogging a little bit. Oh, there he goes, jack 3 in the muck. Can't make the call.
Oh, he didn't have 80,000. He only had.
What do you have? Oh no, yeah, he only had like 35,000.
Yeah, I said 80,000 on the graph.
All right, we're just gonna ignore the graphics from now on because they're not right ever, and we're just gonna eyeball it out and do the best we can.
Yeah, that would have been a god awful play for 78,000 with kings.
Alan, what'd you have for lunch today?
I did not eat lunch yet.
What'd you have for breakfast?
Don't eat breakfast.
So you haven't eaten yet today?
No, can we order something here?
What do you want?
I don't know.
What's your favorite place to eat here at the Hard Rock?
I like the bowl. I like the what's that? What's the steakhouse called?
Council Oak.
Yeah, that's very nice.
I went there last night.
The Plum Lounge was kind of disappointed this trip. for
You
me.
weren't happy with the Plum Lounge.
No, it's
You didn't
kinda
like the spread?
Usually, it's okay that stuff I like there, but like the last couple times I've been there, it's kind of disappointed.
To be fair, you're a very picky eater, no?
Yeah, but they all know me there, and they'll make whatever I ask for. But the
Of
last,
course. Why are you so picky, Alan?
I don't know, but if anybody's ever been to Hard Rock Tampa, they have the best VIP lounge ever. It's really, really nice.
So Estapo's gone all in for, it says 21,000, but I don't think that's right either. And Matt has called.
Estapo just won an all-in, so he's got to have more than.
So Matt's called with 10s. Now Affleck has 9s. He's not going to fold. He's either going to.
he's
It's
in
a weird spot. This is
yeah.
a very weird spot with 9s.
What's he got, about 120,000? He's got 40 blinds.
He's
or
got
so?
more than 120. He's got about 150,000.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna call. I don't think he's gonna raise here. His glance could easily be. Wow, he's gonna fold here. Even though it's right, I don't like it.
Hey, you think he'd at least see a flop.
Yeah, I would not have folded there. But it's a good fold because Glance has 10s. And a stop out looks like he has Jack 10 suited. If I can read that right. It's hard to see. And King 7-3. Queen of diamonds.
That's a good card for him.
Glance picks up a flush draw, though. And the 10s are going to win. And a stop out is going to be eliminated.
And Matt Affleck made a good fold.
He did. He did make a good fold.
I think I would have at least seen the flop.
Yeah, I don't think he should be folding there. I think he should be calling and reevaluating. I don't like raising, to be honest. I think it's just a call.
He said that's why you're in the booth. That doesn't mean he made the right play.
No.
I mean, he happened to make the right play.
I've been at the table before. I've played a hand or two.
They have Christensen's picture on Smith.
Yeah, they've had some issues with the graphics. So our man here, who hasn't played too many hands, makes it 8,000. Comes in for the minimum.
Yeah, I don't like raising to the bare
Posties.
minimum to 8,000.
Chino calls. Via folds a small blind. And Mr. Smith looks like he's going to come along with 9-7 if that's right. Posey's raised with Queen 8 of diamonds.
Yeah, he hasn't stepped out a line at all, and that's like a major step out.
That's
for
a
him.
pretty good flop for him if he's going to
Yeah.
raise Queen 8 of diamonds. He flops the flush draw.
Why not bet it if you?
He checks.
Wait, this is not right because Chino has cards.
Yeah, no, Chino called. Chino called.
Yeah, but
called the
maybe he
open.
doesn't really have these hands.
Oh.
My hands might not be right.
Posey's did call, so he might have a flush draw.
So this is Chino's hand, or
I don't think that's
No.
Chino's hand. I think we just don't know Chino's hand. And Posey's leads out for 12,000 now after check calling the turn and raising pre. Chino calls. We have no idea what he has, and we think that Posey's has a flush draw, which means that Posey's now has Queen high, and he checks, and it looks like Chino has a pair of 10s for Jack 10, and he's going to win the pot.
yeah, Chino likes to play the second and third pair a lot. After the flop, he likes to outplay people.
Yep. Well, he's been pretty successful at it.
Definitely the Manny show. Unlike Sideshow Bob.
I think you're peaking.
So Chino's going to open the 10-8 of diamonds. That's another hand I really enjoy. I believe I busted the main event with that a few years ago. So he makes it 9,000. It looks like Via is going to fold. Our friend Mr. Smith, however, will defend his small blind. And Matt will call out of the big blind. So with Queen 6 of clubs,
I'd
Ace
much rather
7.
defend the Queen 6 of clubs than the Ace 7 off.
Well,
Oh, the Ace 7 takes the lead.
Ace 7.
Oh, and Chino just turned the flush draw, so he's probably going to bet and get looked up here by the pair of sevens. And Matt hits the queen on the river.
Of course he does. And he's going to bet. He's going to bet 11,000. Chino folds his 10 high. And Mr. Smith is going to pay off Matt.
That was exactly how not to play middle pair.
Yeah.
He checked until somebody beat him.
Mr. Smith has had a little difficulty in a couple of hands recently, making some questionable river
He
calls.
called a king high
Yeah.
river earlier against.
Granted, he's been rivered in both spots, but
Right,
both
but
spots he
he's
has to
also
fold.
given his opponents
Yeah.
free cards till the river, and then they
Yeah.
bet when they beat him.
Yeah. So hasn't exactly been textbook poker by Mr. Smith, but again, he's still in the tournament. Me and Alan, we are
People
not.
want to know if I hit any jackpots. I've hit
Have
quite
you?
a few jackpots, yeah.
Alan is richer today than he was yesterday.
But I'm still a big loser on the slots so far. But you never know.
Alan, do you only play slots?
Play video poker and
Well,
slots.
that's a slot.
I don't. I play Ultimate Hold'em table game once in a while.
Once in a while. No blackjack, no craps, no
Don't
roulette.
Like those, none of those.
Never.
I like the Ultimate Hold'em.
Okay. So Posey's with threes, I believe raises, and he gets a call from Christensen with the ace-9 suited.
This would be a great squeeze spot for Villa if he has to pick up a hand here.
Yeah, Villa's got about maybe 80,000 ish. And he's gonna make it 16,000. Oh no, he's raised all in, and it's gonna get through. I would assume. I don't think Christensen's calling here. He's asked for a count.
Why don't we ever get to see the all-ins hand?
No, but it's the same players, but
To be fair, we don't get to see a lot of hands.
it's like no.
What do you think here? Any chance Christensen finds a call? It's 50,000 more if the graphic's right, but he's only playing 162,000. No, but that's not right. He's definitely playing more than that.
30.
This is killing me.
Yeah, the all-in is a lot more than 65,000. He's got 20 and 30, 35, 30, 40. It's about 85,000.
Yeah, he can't call.
He's got to call 70,000 more
No.
with ace-9.
What do you make it? 11,000?
Yeah, it's a big, big re-raise.
Yeah. But again, like you had said earlier, this is a good spot for Via to squeeze. But it's just not a call. And Via has ace-10. So, good fold by Christensen. Squeeze works for Via. But he is still he's still short at this table. Him and Affleck on the short stacks.
Oh man, yeah.
It's on the hand. You 10 jack.
Alan, when's the last time you went on a vacation where there was no poker?
Dude, it'd be great if you had
Haven't
There
done
you,
that.
is it on
You
there?
haven't done that?
weren't bluffing.
No, like I was. Who was? Jake Baisley took everybody on a vacation.
Yeah, he took me, Massey, and Zoe to Hawaii. And he owes us another vacation.
Tell us right before it comes up.
Hold on, I'm saying pocket eights is my.
I did go to Hawaii for my sister's wedding, if that counts.
Of course it counts.
Yeah, that was
Say
a
like
long
king
time
queen
ago.
over.
Probably 6 years ago.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah. Hawaii's a nice place.
She owned the whole place where we went. She's got a vacation place in.
Really?
Yeah.
You should spend some of your money, Alan. I'm going to help you.
10-4 off?
You can't take it with you.
That was a different guy. That was actually someone's hand.
Would you be interested in adopting me? Then I would encourage you to not spend it, so I can inherit it.
They don't even have you in the hand.
Oh, they're on the dinner break. So
Yeah, so
we're 30 minutes from the dinner
in
break.
about 30 minutes, we're going to go on dinner break because they're going on dinner break now. And I'm excited because I'm hungry.
All they're showing is my hand right now.
I wonder if we get any food vouchers during the commentary. That's what they're asking on the thing here.
I am going to bet that Alan gets food vouchers for this.
You just couldn't take it anymore, huh? You're like, I'm pulling my butt.
So Chino raised ace-9 and gets 3-bet by Via to queen-10, and Via's going to take it down. So Via's been pretty active here. He hasn't.
Yeah, he's made a nice comeback.
Yeah, I mean, he's got less than he did earlier, but he's definitely splashing around.
There's no RFID.
So we're down to 111 players. So it's getting to that point where people are going to start smelling that min cash.
It's going to be around 100 players by the dinner break.
Breaks and shit, the one hand that I want to know.
I feel like it's gentlemanly. He says.
Really not on there?
No, really not.
So what are we at, like the river and they don't have no graphics?
They have just, they didn't have your hand either, that hand for some reason.
At 5-6 hours.
We believe you.
Ever on TV? It's like,
I didn't like try and obscure it, but
You don't have to say, you can just say if you had a beat or not.
it's okay. It's pocket eights.
So, Alan, what are you going to do on dinner break?
You gotta
I don't know.
separate it like this. Every time, that's why. If you put them on top of each other, they won't show up.
You look hungry.
I am hungry. I haven't eaten today.
Yeah. We need to get Alan fed. I think 72nd is actually the the money. I think 73 is the bubble, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
Correct.
73 is the stone bubble. So Via makes it 9,000, and Glance is going to re-raise to 23,000 with Ace Jack. Via's got Ace 10, and Chino's got 2 sevens, and it's going into the muck. So another disciplined fold by the great Chino Ream. And I'm confident that Via's going to fold here. What do you think, Alan?
Yeah, but
think he's done with it.
the better part of this hand is the Glance knew to 3-bet with the Ace Jack against a guy that's short.
You would have 3-bet my hand too.
I had 2 sevens.
Glance is prophetic.
I made it nice and easy for you to just call 20 even.
I know.
That's why I made it 24.
I almost ripped it because Chino took a while.
Very standard poker right there.
Who are you impressed with so far today, Alan?
Best hand. But
At this table,
Yeah.
Matt Glance, he hasn't made a mistake. Villa made some decent plays, except he made that call off with the King 10 where there's no hand to beat.
He also made that call with the queens against Chino.
Yeah.
That just wasn't.
Oh, we got Natasha. Maybe this is rigged.
no, Mrs.
So
Ann.
Natasha
Call you Mrs.
Mercier is joining the table. Newly
Mercier Barber.
married young lady.
Why didn't you keep all 3 names? I like the 3-name system.
You should tell her that. I think when you marry Jason Mercier, you just take his name.
Where? Did he have it?
He's rich enough to demand that.
I would do that. Pop up anyways. Huh?
So Natasha's joining the table here, and she's got about maybe about 140,000-ish. So she's middle of the pack.
Look, they're saying, Alan, who are you in the booth with?
Nobody. He's in the booth with a nobody.
That's messed up. You have no graphic on your
So
hand.
Via
That's messed up.
I did not. You know what? I'm just gonna take.
Via opened the 8-9 of diamonds,
I wasn't
and
insinuating that you
Smith called with the ace-6 off. They both bricked the flop, but Via's continuation bet should take it down here, and it does.
Via's been really active for having such a
Via's
short
been
start.
active, and poor Mr. Smith hasn't won a hand.
That's weird. You were on my table last night.
Yeah. No, it's not. Sorry.
Oh yeah, the day before.
Poor Mr. Smith.
I remember you talking about Chino's commentary.
Oh yeah.
Who's my biggest rival in poker? I don't know. Depends how you define rival.
I thought it'd be Aaron Massey.
No. Massey's definitely not my biggest rival.
I want you to like. Can we not make it in your headphones and make it just loud?
Does your phone not work? Or?
It does. It does. I don't have.
Oh, they're listening to us on the table. Are they allowed to do that?
Sure.
They're,
Why not?
Are they watching this? They're allowed to watch the stream on the table?
I don't see why not. I don't see how you can keep him from doing it.
I'm not gonna lie. I was a little curious. And then I forgot about it. I generally did. And then he said it's been 30 minutes. Now I'm even more curious.
It's probably still on for as long as you think.
No, it's over now.
I decided to do poker versus law when I finished law school and realized that I didn't want to work. So, yeah. I'm not a big fan of taking orders and structure.
See, these people at the table know that Smith has misplayed some hands after the flop, so they're all going to go after him here. He finally opened a pot.
Yeah, and he's probably the least likely to be getting information as well.
He needs to hit this flop perfectly or he's going to be in trouble.
So yeah, just there's been a lot of missed flops from multiple players so far today.
Well, Chino may have hit the flop, but we don't know what his cards are.
You had the lion's share.
Jason has 700,000.
I just saw
Yeah,
Natasha
yeah, like-
Mercier today. She got in kings versus ace deuce, and
Oh,
king,
yeah.
ace deuce, blank, blank, king.
Look at that big ring that she's got from Jason.
Yeah. Think it's real?
She's counting
Probably.
on the chips in the turn.
Yeah.
Ready to give it to him.
I got to be honest. Word on the street is that Natasha doesn't know this, but it's a cubic zirconian.
Could be.
So don't tell her, anybody out there listening. I don't want to get Jason in trouble.
Third game, all the chips.
Oh, they're saying that Chino is not spreading his cards, and he's stacking his cards.
Oh, is that the problem?
Who's bird peak?
The next break, he has the 700,000.
This guy is just—he's calling off with ace high here. He's done this 3 or 4 hands already.
To be fair, calling here with ace high on a paired board
Yeah.
isn't the worst. And now the board runs out of boat. And Chino shoves.
It's a good shove.
Yeah. It's even better if he's got pair in his hand. Mr. Smith might just be over it.
Yeah, he's been outplayed on quite a few hands after the flop.
So obviously he knows he's just calling for a chop here, and it's tough to do that when it's your tournament life at stake to just call for a chop.
What's he got left behind? It's a very small amount.
No, he's got about probably like 45,000-ish or
Got
so.
like 15 blinds or so.
Yeah, but yeah, Chino's gonna get it through.
And we're not going to know what Chino had.
Chino tells him he made a good fold, which means that they were probably chopping.
36. Very good hand for Baccarat. Had a lot of something. Promise you.
So we're almost down to 100 players, folks.
If I say the word in a hand that could be
The tension is building. You can cut it with a knife.
very easy to figure out what I have when I say that.
Alan, when are you going to win one of these big ones? It's your time.
The biggest thing I won was at Foxwoods, Maine a couple years ago.
Yeah.
That's about it.
You deserve better than that.
100,000?
I made the final table on the WPT like 5 times, believe it or not.
Berkey has more?
But not the final 6.
What is that? Is the high stakes?
Don't you have some of the? Do you have the most cashes ever, or something like that?
No, I used to. I think I'm in the top 3 or 4. I think it's Lee
How's
Markle.
Joey doing?
Interesting.
I haven't had much success on the World Poker Tour.
4 nines. Not easy to make quad.
Oh, he's saying he had quad 9s that hand.
Chino claiming he had quad 9s. I don't believe him.
Oh, are we switching the feature table
Yeah.
after dinner?
After dinner, we're gonna have a new feature table. We're gonna keep you in suspense. But what I will tell you is that
One of the players I beat heads up for a lot of money.
that one of the players you beat heads up for a lot of money. I don't even know who that is. There's going to be arguably the best looking guy in poker at this table, and some other familiar faces. So
Well, that's a really stacked featured table.
you're going to enjoy yourselves here after dinner break, because we're going to have some good players, some interesting players, and at least one really handsome player.
And you have Berkey on your left, there's not a single hand he would ever fold. At least Jason has some discipline in him.
Yeah, Berkey does not.
Jason has some discipline to fold you.
I don't know about today.
Maybe not.
Chino's claiming he had 4 9s on that 9
Yeah.
9 9 3 3 hand.
I personally do not believe him. I can't wait for dinner break, Alan. I'm hungry.
I can't get used to seeing Mercier and seeing her. doesn't go right.
It just doesn't equate for you, huh?
No.
Well, it's a new thing. She couldn't wait to put that Mercier name up there.
I think Ryan D'Angelo's wife did the same thing. She immediately changed her name.
Yeah, I mean, that's what most people do. Standard procedure. Do we get an hour and a half for dinner? Beautiful. That's great news. Alan, I assume you'll be paying cash for wherever you go?
I don't pay any cash at the Hard Rock properties.
Attaboy. So we got an all in here.
I don't think he's all in for 82,000.
No.
No,
He doesn't have that.
He had only a few yellows.
But he's going to win. I believe that's the first pot that we're going to see Mr.
Yeah.
Smith rake in. Good for him. Everybody deserves to win a pot.
I've been studying the fold charts and the 3-bet raise, all those things.
Oh, yeah?
Studying that, yeah. It helped me a lot at the Borgata. I just had a nice run there. It's interesting how Ace-5 is a lot better hand than like Ace-7 on those charts.
Wonder why.
And like 10-9.
You're a student of the game, Alan. It's
Yeah.
never too late to learn.
10-9 suited is a big hand on those charts.
Who gave you the chart?
There's an app, which is a pretty nice app.
Is that push fold?
No,
shit?
I don't like that one. I like the Jonathan Little app better. It's called.
Oh,
It's the Float the Turn app. I'll
Interesting.
give him my plug on that.
interesting.
But like it has options, like you put how many people are. Is it a tough table? Is it a passive table? How many blinds you have? What position you're at the table?
I might have to take a look at that.
Yeah, it's
I
really
never
nice.
know what to do.
But
So Natasha's gone all in with Ace Queen after Jerry's opened the pot to 10,000. She is going to win.
I don't believe she went all. Oh, she did
Yeah,
have
no, she went all in.
125,000. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
big all in.
Yeah. Once you throw that Mercier name on, you feel invincible.
It's not like we won't find out. That's why I'm asking.
You're lazy, you won't find out.
Jerry left out too. Didn't see what he pulled out.
Oh, really? Good shot? Should what I told you. When every player that comes in here, you gotta instruct them exactly where to show the cards.
Yeah, man, I don't want to put my thing over the things anymore. I'm going to play pots and you guys aren't going to get to find out y'all's hands.
And they
You
should
could
be
just ask me and I'll tell you.
which players are
Bob Posey's he's had in like the 200s for a long time. He's just like been blinded down.
Yeah, I mean,
He
that's
hasn't
what
played
happens.
a hand.
When you don't win a hand, your chips are going to disappear.
But he hasn't really played a hand.
No. But, you know, the blinds are getting up there. 4,000. Our man, Mr. Smith's going to open the button here with Jack 10 suited.
I'd like to see him open for just a shove instead of opening for 10,000 with that tiny stack.
Yeah.
If you look at that float the turn app, it would say.
They would say to shove.
Yes, 100%.
Matt's got Ace-6 and he's going to throw it away.
Seeing a shove would
And
have
he's
worked the same.
Yeah, nothing changes there. Matt may have been more inclined to call a shove than the 10,000. Yeah, I did play with Alan Keating today. It was slow. It was slow.
His table chatter is a lot more interesting than Kasuf's table chatter.
It is. It's definitely more interesting, but it's also at times a lot. But I'll tell you what, I do notice that he's definitely getting information through his chatter, more so than most. So I don't blame him for doing it, but it's sometimes difficult to sit through.
Wow, does Glance have 4 full stacks of yellows now?
No. 3 stacks.
Oh, it's 3 stacks plus just a little bit on the top.
Yeah. So Glance raises the queen 7 of hearts and it gets through. And he will continue to add to his chip stack. Alan, were you in a fraternity in college?
Nope.
No? Ever given it any consideration?
No, I played a lot of poker in college.
A lot of poker.
Yeah, we had
Was poker big when you were in college?
Yeah.
It was?
We had like private, like.
Were you a big winner back in those days?
I
would assume you were winning.
I always won in the mixed game on Monday nights. I remember that. I don't remember the other games.
You still keep in touch with any of those people you used to play with?
Sometimes on Facebook.
Yeah.
None of those people graduated in poker. They were all
Not a mean Chino,
they all
because
just.
you only put an orange out and take the purple back. But orange is Chino.
They didn't take that leap like you did.
No, it's just like slots. There's certain people you met playing slots years ago, and they're still playing the lowest end stuff. You have to graduate at some point and play higher stuff.
Or it's one of those Chinos moves, you got $1,000.
When's the last time you had a non-profitable year in slots, Alan?
Maybe this year. I lost
You're
a lot
down
of
in
money.
slots this year?
I'm not really sure, but
What's your favorite place to play?
I like playing at Hard Rock. Any
Really?
Property, any Hard Rock.
Really?
I like Borgata a lot. And I like Thunder Valley.
I remember we went partners once in Cherokee.
Yeah, that was a nice thing.
We didn't win though. We won like $200.
Yeah, that
and you
was
and you
rough.
played for infinite hours.
Yeah, and I signed for a lot of jackpots.
Yeah. I let you keep all the comps though
I bet there are people out there.
Yeah, I still have
for
them.
your hard work. I'm a
You should
good
go there.
teammate. I'm a good teammate.
You should go to this.
I'm thinking about it. We'll see how these next couple days go. Kind of want to get back to Vegas. I'm enjoying it there.
Natasha just called. She doesn't realize that Villa's been opening really wide.
Yeah, well, she just got to the table, so.
Yeah.
So Natasha calls with 7s after Villa opens, and Chino's got ace-king suited.
And he's got a perfect squeeze spot.
and
here.
he is never calling here. Would you agree with that, Alan?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of money out there already.
He is never calling.
I think he's going to make it like 30 or 40,000, like some ridiculous number here. See, I told you.
Come on. He's going to just basically put them both to the decision for all their chips. And we have no idea what Villa has, but he folded pretty quickly. Natasha, on the other hand, not so quick to fold, but she's
Yeah, but
going to
she's
fold.
not going to call off here. Because
And one of her outs there is Posties has. But she's not going to call. She's just doing a little hot dogging right now. She's folding. And
My dear, it's suited.
and Chino's going to take the pot down. Good for him.
Yeah, that was a pretty obvious situation there.
You know what I have? You can't call it 5. You didn't have 5.
Well, I predicted 100 players at dinner. I might be right on the number.
You might be. Alan, you ever play the slots in the airport?
No.
No.
Actually, I do. There
Really?
are certain ones I play that are, if you find it a certain way, you make a lot of money. Like they're in the bonus or whatever.
Is there anybody as good at slots as you are?
Yes.
You know who they are?
Yeah.
And how have you not gotten better than them?
I mean, they're more diligent about it than I am.
Oh, okay. They don't play poker? They just play slots?
Yeah, that's all they do.
That makes sense.
I chase a lot of slots. Wow, I might have shoved the deuces there, late position. Like, I don't know what he's got, like 10 blinds or so.
Yeah. So Glance opens the queen 8 of spades.
If you look at my float the turn chart, that was definitely a shove.
Yeah. And Posties is going to call on the button
He
with
would have
Jack
gotten
9
through. Look,
suited. Yeah.
he would have gotten through with the deuces.
Well, we don't know what Affleck has. But yeah, he folds. So we've got queen 8 of spades for Glance. And Posties in position with Jack 9 of clubs. And Posties needs to win a pot.
And the deuce is going to hit just despite the guy.
And everybody finally gets a piece. Glance flops top pair. Posey's flops middle pair. Glance continues for 10. Posey's snap calls.
Yeah, but he's got top pair and the flush draw backup.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really good turn card.
And there it is. That's going to make sure that we continue in this hand. And Posey's just shoves, and Glance is going to call.
Yeah, of course.
With a straight draw and a flush draw and top pair. I'm surprised he hasn't called yet.
Yeah, he's getting like almost 3 to 1 on his money here.
Yeah. They're saying 228,000, but that's wrong. He doesn't have 228,000. He has about 100 and maybe he's got 120,000 or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think you could possibly fold here.
No. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Glance doesn't love that he's shoving here, but I mean, you can't fold, and I mean, that board is as wet as all our listeners.
Someone's asking about that King Jack hand from like an hour and a half ago against when Smith finally called when Wong made the full house.
Right.
I definitely would have bet the turn. I might have the best hand.
Yeah.
And my opponent's checked twice. You have to bet the turn.
I don't know if you have to bet the turn. I wouldn't mind betting the turn, but you certainly. I'm not calling the river.
Yeah, I'm not going to call.
I'm not going to check the turn and then call the river. There.
Yeah, the chips are much better value to bet than to call.
I'm really surprised Glance is still thinking here.
Well, he knows that this Posey's guys has not put in one chip out of place the entire time. If you think about it, he hasn't made any kind of moves or anything.
Doesn't matter. I mean, he's like petrified of King Jack right now.
Yeah. Yeah, but why would he call it? Why would he call the flop with King Jack for a gut shot? Doesn't make sense. I mean, he could have ace queen. No, he can't have ace queen of spade. There's like. Yeah, even I would make this call, and I wouldn't even make this call a long time ago.
I love it. I love it. Alan Kessler said, even I would make this call, and Matt Glance has now been in the tank for like 5 minutes.
Well, the thing is, the straight doesn't help you. If you hit your jack,
right, of
you don't
course.
think you think the other person's going to have a king to make a higher straight. So he's got pair and flush draw, but this guy has not made. He's not put one chip out of place the entire time.
That is true, but it's a call. It's just, you know.
Wow, this would be a horrible fold if he folds.
Wow, he's gonna fold.
King Jack?
Good fuck. Good lord. Chino called his hand. Wow.
Wow,
And Matt folds.
I'm surprised he would fold there.
I'm surprised too. Posey's gets away with it. I mean, he still could have won the hand, obviously, but
It's saying he only won 29,000. That can't be right.
no. Well, no, because it was like 10,000 on the flop, and then he jammed the turn. So yeah, it could be. He only bet 10,000 on the flop.
Yeah, I mean, he could have had like a jack, a spade, and another.
Yeah, I mean that.
There's so many hands he could have had.
Especially when he shoves the turn there. He's not gonna. He's not shoving the turn there with a straight. He's not. I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know what scares me more, the fact that Matt folded or the fact that me and Alan are agreeing on this being a quick call.
Yeah, but there's so many hands that contain the jack of spade.
Yeah, of course.
You could have like jack 10 of spade or have a pair and an open ender or something and a flush draw.
The 97 did it.
Wow, that was really bizarre.
What do you do with Queen Jack there?
And he knows he can't have the ace queen of spade because he's got the queen of spade.
I don't think that's true, but I think that was the best bet that you could make.
Definitely was the best.
Put me in a
With
bind.
the hand I had, that's all I could do.
I do not like this. Smith is just calling with pair of nines with no chips behind. And like a six-way pot. This is a very bad decision.
I don't have ace king of diamonds to stand.
He needs to be a lot more aggressive when he's this short. He would have won if you shoved. He would have been up against king queen or ace nine.
So Chino flops top pair here.
Yeah, but Smith, the big mistake.
Yeah, I
in his
know. He
hands,
just called.
He just like limped along with like 4 or 5 people in the pot.
Well, he just won the last pot. You know, he's trying to hold on to those chips.
And Natasha's betting king queen off on this board.
When we get back, right? Can't do a cut on dinner break with that.
She doesn't have many chips to play around with either.
Natasha likes to splash around. That's a good card for her.
Gives her some more outs.
Well, not just that, it also might be able to win the pot.
But she might be thinking Chino has an ace. Well, she's going to bet. She's going to basically be going almost all in here. She's going to bet like 30-some thousand. Wow, that's a tough call for Chino.
That's what I'm saying.
You guys are on dinner break.
Aces,
Oh, we play a little more, right?
No.
Oh, you guys are on dinner break.
that ace helps.
Just to let you know. What do you got left there, Mrs. Mercier? How much you betting on the river?
Switching tables.
We're leaving? No more live stream for us? Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure. Good luck to you all the rest of the way.
We're gonna be the same table, you know.
Take that back. Take that back.
Way to break it to him.
I mean, she could be wrapping an ace-high flush draw here.
She could have ace jack easily.
She could add an ace-high flush draw
She
also.
called a raise pre-flop.
Can we carry some chips without the rack? Is that legal?
What do you got, Natasha? Ace
Extra
jack?
chips, that's what I'm
That's good.
not even, what?
Since we're going across the
Ace jack is fine.
We able to move some chips?
I don't even know why I'm thinking this one.
This is actually a good break for her that the table's moving now because it might give him a little bit more incentive not to play the hand. Just to,
Yeah.
it actually helps her, I think. Yep, there it is.
Those of you
There
that
comes
are
the
racking
fold.
I will find out. So you,
Are we on
me
the
so
same
you're not
table?
missing.
Yeah.
Yes.
so
That
you,
way you're not missing time.
you can tell me now.
That might be it for us till dinner, Alan.
Not like I won't find out.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to start another featured
I'm
table
lazy.
after dinner.
We get 90 minutes or 60 to
Get 90.
I'm gonna find out.
90 minutes.
So you might as
What
well
time is it
tell me.
right now?
We're not.
6:30.
All right, we are on a 90-minute dinner break.
90-minute dinner break. It's been a pleasure. I'm going to go get fed. I'm going to have some sushi. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor for me to sit here next to Alan. See you guys soon.